go before he had to give them that talk?
Yeah, it's just I have a lot of questions. Like, was he offering moral support to these kids who don't appear to have families?
Or maybe he was a figment of their imagination, and it was
Can we really just?
it was a whole psychological thing.
Can we just focus on how he's using child soldiers to save the world?
Well, I mean, look at what else he has to work with. He has fucking Alpha 5, who's like if C-3PO and Jar Jar were the same person.
C-3PO takes offense to that.
Nothing to work with.
We found a way to cure you of your ghost.
Yeah.
So
we brick Nishot's computer and give it to you.
Right?
Oh shit! I am
new
streaming
computer
right
for
now,
Nishot.
Just heads up.
Oh,
And-
well, this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. This is all PG. So we give Nishot a new computer, right? Give Nishot's old computer, right? You act like it's the new computer. The ghost moves to that computer, and then boom, your current computer, your old/new computer, is unhaunted.
I think you need to brick the computer while it's in Tom's possession.
Can I tell you something fucked up about your plan?
Yeah.
I bricked a laptop once, and the problem went away for like 2 years.
So what you're saying is my plan would work.
You almost killed the ghost.
Can you really kill a ghost, or like is a ghost alive?
Okay, so
I
by
mean,
the Beetlejuice
you can ask
record,
G-Slice.
what we
G-Slice
can know
knows.
is that if you exorcise a ghost, they go to the what was it, Netherrealm, Limbo?
The cock swindler lane.
Yes.
Why did you say yes to that?
Because I was correct.
It's just objectively correct.
I'm still reeling from him calling it the Beetlejuice records, because I'm thinking of like Sam, have you been building up for like the entire time I've known you to one incredible Beetlejuice Akashic record shitpost? I'm going to be really mad.
How damn it! You found out when we were 90% of the way there.
Jump ship.
Scatter! He's on to us.
Right? Last game, we failed to fucking kill Johnny Switchblade.
No, you succeeded twice. It's just he had 5 chances.
Not without effort. Not without a lot of effort.
It's very
Look,
good.
Avery
you didn't
learned
get the
more
three,
about
otherwise
himself.
we'd be there.
To be fair, we were the only two trying to actually kill him.
Yeah.
What do you think Avery was doing? Avery did kill one of them.
He killed the fun one that everybody liked.
Yeah.
That's true. You did.
Anyway,
Oh, that's kind of not your fault. You couldn't have known that he was going to switch to that one.
yeah,
I didn't even know he could do that.
Yeah, he only
Johnny Switchblade didn't even know he could do that.
they call him Switchblade for a reason. Anyway,
No, he actually.
Okay, if
seemed to
that's
have-
the reason he's called Switchblade when he has a straight razor, like, good fucking show.
No, he actually seemed like he had a really good handle on like prep work. So like I'm guessing he had planned that as a
I
backup.
mean, when you're the demiurge of your own personal vaporwave shithole, it's kind of hard to not be prepared.
it's super easy to not be prepared. Johnny puts in a lot of effort. He has to put in a lot of work to not die at one dive.
Well, yeah, it's like all that stuff he did with all the artistry, the skill he showed with like all of the
ease.
his constant, the fact that he puts in the effort to constantly live a WWE walk on.
It's exhausting work, but someone has to do it.
And he does. What do you say? He spent like 3 days setting all the charges in those buildings so that the windows would spell out "fuck you" or whatever.
But he did it wrong.
He did it wrong, but that's because he was on one dice for perform. He tried so hard.
I mean, listen, even if he did it wrong, Chris, I'm still impressed.
I'm not.
Like, he was still able to make it happen at all.
Okay, so
Hey Tom, can I push this one?
push what?
I don't see any issue with it, but I figure we should ask.
Oh, yes, but I said walk on. Or I guess walk out works too. I don't actually know the terminology. I'm a fucking narc. I didn't know how to tell you guys.
Fake fan. Okay. That bit has no life.
Have I ever told you guys how my sister went to a WWE match with my dad, and my dad's favorite quote that my sister used was, she told one of the wrestlers to hit the guy with a brick.
Sam? Was Sam wrestling?
No.
What?
My sister was just saying more and more violent things, and eventually got from hit him with the chair, hit him with the sledgehammers, like just bash his face in with a brick.
Is it weird that I feel like the chair and the sledgehammer are a normal thing in WWE, but the brick somehow feels too far?
Yes. Yeah, that is concerning. No, it's not concerning, but that is too far.
So I think we didn't go far enough. It should have been like, take out his legs to take out his family, you know? Like, that's
like
They've done that. They've done that. They've actually done that.
Yeah,
Take
the
out
hell
his
in the
legs.
cell over the divorce papers or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like the Undertaker knocks out your teeth. You look up right before losing consciousness, and he has Sam's face.
I truly believe that every action film is just based off of some WWE storyline that happened.
As they should be, because those writers, man, they
I
Those
want to know
writers-
more about like the fake beef between gladiators and the Colosseum, because that was basically just ye olde WWE. None of those guys would die there
Oh, really?
because they were too
Oh, yeah.
they were too valuable. So I really want to know if there was some kind of like classical attitude era. I need to know
So there
the
totally
ancient
was.
beef.
I found that out when doing research for the Crimsons, because their death games are actually based on like the old gladiator traditions.
So,
Did they have shitty plot lines?
Yes.
Fuck yes,
so Tom, when you said a classical attitude era, I just imagined like Aristotle Z snapping at someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing is, you're not wrong.
So the issue is, like, most Greek philosophers probably would have been super into wrestling. Like Plato, that's not his name. That means wide because he was jacked beyond belief.
Yeah, he was also actually a wrestler. But like, he
People
was
don't watch
actually a
this
wrestler
stream
first.
for D&D. They watch these streams for weird, crazy facts we have.
Listen,
That
it's
may or
not
may not
wild
be facts.
talents if there's not like
So let's just
45 minutes of
play the game.
gameplay and the rest of it is shtick.
It's always shtick.
No, wait, we said the name of the system. Shit, they're gonna find out now. All right.
Arc
so-
dreams will rise from their slumber and be like, oh my god, someone's actually streaming it. Fucking sound the klaxon. And the klaxon's like weird and anemic. It hasn't been turned on since the Cold War. So
No, it's the one intern who's like been starving for 6 years.
Ian Klaxon.
It's actually just glaucoma.
The light bulb on our.
What do you mean all interns are always starving?
Oh god, you're right. Anyway, so
I like it when I like to go to the park and throw breadcrumbs to the interns.
I fully expected you to say I like it when the interns are starving. That's what I
guys,
felt was
you
about
gotta
to come out
stop
of your
being
mouth.
this funny. I can't.
You see, what you don't know is Tom's really into Bezos and believes that Bezos is the best choice for America.
Mm.
I also
Chris, I want you to know I would
That's
only be more
playthrough.
offended if you told me I was into the Fountainhead. As it is that I'm not happy that you said that.
All right, let's play the game.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Tom, that was the line I
How are
crossed
you
it.
guys handling your escape from the shitty neon hellscape from Vaporwave Detroit?
Now that he wasted like how many seconds did he waste?
Like
6
10.
seconds.
He wasted 6 seconds. Let's go to Cream's place.
All right. Do you wait for Bayou Bill and G Slice to come up? Are you guys like catching your breath after that, or?
I mean, Avery's
no,
going to
it's good.
probably have to sit
Bayou
for a little while.
Bayou Bill and G Slice would still be at the
Yeah, for
Doing the
about an
haunts.
hour.
Yeah, but it might behoove us to wait because the knife took a hell of a lot out of Avery.
I mean, you're also going to be sitting for like an hour as we travel to the
yeah.
place.
Yeah, but I remember what it was like last time we got into a boat.
Yeah, and it won't be. at
I'm
all-
on a boat.
That's actually not true. It was fine last time we were on a boat, especially the boat we have now.
All right, well, at the very least, Avery will
Also,
be dealing
I've
with
been-
the new fact that his hair now has both seaweed
I-
and ragweed in it.
I have been leveling up the boat with armaments, so
Okay.
they do have like defenses and little toy soldiers on it to defend it.
I missed Little Boat.
No, we gave Little Boat away.
Oh, yeah, but how's he doing? Just because he left the nest doesn't mean I can't think about him, Seth.
He's still our son.
Look, it's you need to get over these connections we had. He's moved on. He can't be a part of our life anymore. We have to let him be his own boat.
I know,
Seth, it was
God
only
damn
the
it, it's
first
just
day of
hard.
kindergarten. Christ, man.
If I have a child and I see them a single time after putting them in kindergarten, I
Sigma
would
grind set.
consider myself a failure.
Calling
So,
the lawyer on this goddamn freeloader.
People are recording this already, and they're gonna use this in court against Seth.
That's
Good.
fine, I don't
That's the
actually
point.
want kids.
Bing bong mail, bing set. Anyway.
Now,
Let's
Seth,
go, let's go. Okay.
Are you gonna
So,
do the Christian thing and have 4 divorces or just 3?
Oh, really none.
no, 0 divorces, 8 wives.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not Mormon.
Oh, wait, you're right, my bad.
Let's go. You gotta stop. No. I caused this. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hi, jury. 20 years from now, it's good seeing you. Okay. So,
Were there any inclinations that you were all massive lunatics?
Juror number 7 sucks dick.
Find out why. Click on
No.
this video.
You're looking to the left. That's juror number 6.
okay, guys. So
Can't tell them
as
apart.
we-
They all have the same face.
As we take the boat down the narrow canals of the hub, as covered before, most of the town routes through the town center. The spokes lead to the axle of the town, which is the church. So as you guys, lazily drift by that, it's a very calm ride now that town's managed to get back together after the blood fly infestation, the church uprising, and the crossover. It's all coming back together pretty nicely. Except for the fact that it seems like the steeple of the church has collapsed, and a very familiar bell, the one you guys rung during the crossover, has fallen. Weirdly enough, you see some big names. You see Heartless Bob, you see Timekeeper, and Chris, you actually see a character you, Mr. President, would recognize from Logan. Her name is, give me 1 second, Isabella Caramella, who was a local leader from the Logan group. She was one of the dispatchers, same as you.
Okay. I'll wave as we drive by.
You notice as you drive by and the angle changes on the bell, you notice a slumped over body, halfway skeletonized, spewing molten gold into the water.
Can I see powers on that?
You may.
On the molten gold.
What was the last name again?
Isabella
Caramella.
Caramella.
With a name like that, we should probably not make sure she never meets Sweet Tooth. It'll be awkward.
I don't know. They kind of sound like a match made in heaven.
So it was Heartless Bob, Isabella, Caramella,
And Timekeeper.
Timekeeper.
Yeah, I'm surprised about Timekeeper that he is out and about. I didn't actually know that was on the table for him.
It's super not usually. Avery's here, right?
Yes.
You notice a single page of the complaint key stabbed through with an obsidian pen into the fractured remains of the bell.
All right.
A torn
Oh,
out
no.
page. Do you guys check it out or continue on?
Yeah, what's on? We should go over there.
It's a group.
I'm
vote.
going to assume that I don't think we ever decided how alive is the book. Is it reacting to its page that it's
You
missing
feel
being
very
so
slight
close by?
magnetism.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
You said you feel a very-
slight magnetism towards it, like the book is being drawn towards it, and wants its missing page back.
Okay. Well, Avery, who doesn't have the best sense and probably can't see exactly what the page is, will hold the book out in front of him like a dowsing rod. wincing a little bit because his right shoulder's still pretty fucked up from holding the knife for any length of time at all. And then he'll start stumbling over in that direction.
All right. You guys divert the boat towards the church's dock.
Yes, sir.
All right. It looks like Bob is mostly keeping the locals at bay. Caramella is using some of the Logan refugees to kind of maintain a border, and Timekeeper is looking over the Bellin corpse. Bob kind of nods at you guys, and Caramella lets you guys through. She notices Mr.
John.
President and gives him like
John Hannibal Hancock.
Yeah, she notices John and gives him like a mix between a wave and a salute, and a wink.
Oh man.
Oh
wink back.
my!
Oh my.
Oh my!
We had a thing for a bit, but it was, didn't last long.
I'm not gonna roleplay that.
Yeah, good. Okay, so
That was a famous line I said.
Yeah.
Why is Mr. President, fucked a swath across the city? What's going on?
He has 10 hard dice and charm, if I remember correctly.
I'm incredibly charming, and 10 hard dice is lowballing how much charm I have.
12.
So now let's see here. Who do you guys approach first? You guys have pretty much free reign on this scene. You can talk to an NPC.
I will approach Isabel and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
I will go talk to Heartless Bob.
Oh, we got tapped by some of the wharf workers. We've been looking for work around here, and the big T glass guy doesn't talk much. Tecumseh, whatever. Just sent us over to maintain the peace. Apparently, some of the locals are really scared of whatever this thing is. Apparently, the bell's like a big deal.
Do I know anything about the bell?
No, you wouldn't. It's more of like a local fixture.
I'll
Can I
look
roll
at Charlie.
two last
What'd you
Oh,
say?
I figured Charlie would know, so I was going to ask Charlie. Charlie,
Charlie's the tour guide.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, can I roll Streetwise?
you absolutely can. This would be your wheelhouse.
I guess no one here could really help.
Gain 2 bonus dice for being able to see powers on it.
Cool.
I might be able to help.
Oh. Can I gain a bonus die from him helping?
Streetwise is mind, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Just 2.
Okay. Ugh. 2 ones.
As you're looking at this, you realize with C powers on, you can kind of read the page from the compliant key, and your local knowledge is just enough to fill in some of the blanks.
Now, I did also see this bell get rung during the crossover, right?
Yes. And you saw it strike down the acid kaiju. Now,
Okay.
the info you can get from this page is very spotty. It's called the Bell of Warding. It maintains hollowed ground and is supposed to be rung at the end times when protection is no longer needed.
That's not good. I wish we hadn't rung that.
There's nuance that you're missing, but you can't make out enough of the page to get more info.
Then I will relay the info that I have.
Seeing powers on this thing, you can tell though that its power is diminished from what it's supposed to be. It is obviously damaged and has been kind of used up a little bit.
If
Okay.
that was written on the page to somewhat expedite the process of learning more, Avery will be pointing the less compliant key up at the page. I assume it'll begin vibrating or whatever it is it does when it's not quite a live state. And he will have Chivalry go up there to try and get the page off of the what would you say, penknife it's pierced there with?
It's a pen that looks weirdly familiar.
Would I maybe say recognize this from, I don't know, Mammon Gray's office?
You know, it suddenly clicks. Yeah. Yeah, this says Mammon Gray written all over it.
Should I have chivalry roll to grab the page during all of this?
No, it comes out easily. The pen slides out of the brass like warm butter.
I will see powers on the pen specifically.
No powers on it.
Okay.
The gouge it left in the bell is bleeding in like a tarry ink, though.
I'm gonna grab a rock and plug the hole.
You think you might need like some duct tape or super glue or something?
Can I use? Can I have puppet maintenance to assist?
Power guy.
Sure.
I have puppet maintenance. Can I help him fix it with the with his glass or what have?
Yeah, you got some fabric glue on you. It's not great for metal, but you guys can make do.
I was thinking more just like know-how of how to fix things, maybe some very light metalworking knowledge.
Yeah, but you don't really have the tools for that here.
We have a man who can create glass to specific shapes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
If you have something soft and can shape it into the perfect shape for it, I can just turn it into glass.
Yeah, this checks out.
Fabric, maybe a little modeling clay.
Oh yeah, that would definitely do it. All right, with some modeling clay, you can plug the hole, turn it to glass, and you see the weeping ink ceases to flow.
Okay. Now, is there still a corpse with a bunch of blood spilling or gold spilling out of him?
Yeah, molten gold. The skin appears to be like jet black. The eyes are hollowed out. It's
all right. We'll check on that after Chris continues the conversation.
So after you tell me all that, I will relay. Do you know? Do I know Mammon Gray? I'm not sure. Yeah, he's not really active in the area I'm from, so.
Not at all, no. Yeah.
So I'll be like, yeah, some guy, I'm guessing, named Mammon Gray, and I'll say that really kind of confused. What a weird name.
Big name in Market Street.
Of course.
Like, really big name.
Why wouldn't it be? That's where that weird inventor fellow was, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
You see Izzy we're just going to call her like Izzy, short for Isabella.
Yeah.
As exactly as dismissive of the name Mammon Gray as Mr. President is, like, fucking everyone's a big name in Market Street. It's fucking nothing.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, just some guy from Market Street, I guess, trying to do more stupid things to control the local populace.
Yeah, so I've had a couple run-ins with Mammon Gray, and I think that is the big name in Market Street. Feel free to disagree, but don't.
Feel free to disagree, but don't.
Avery will yell across to where the conversation is happening.
We're next to Avery, and he's just...
Oh, I thought that we were... I thought that this conversation... Okay, I thought that the page was up on the steeple.
Like a 10-yard radius. The bell fell and hit the ground.
Okay. It still doesn't... Yeah, I don't think he needs to yell, but it's still funny.
It's like 10 yards.
Yeah.
Like 30 feet. So Avery will, at an appropriate volume, pedantic asshole, at an appropriate volume, Avery will say, I think Mammon is a little bigger than just the big name in Market Street. Like, Inventor had children's books and was talking about him like he was meeting Santa.
Yeah, but that guy gets excited about literally anyone.
Hey, let's put it this way. What are the three big names in the slums? There's three, right?
There's a bit more than three.
Okay.
Yeah, the slums are like filled with lots of people that are big names.
Now, this is above game, isn't it? Aren't the three big names like Urban Decay, Cream, and Overgrowth?
No.
Wait, no.
That's Future.
That's a little bit ahead of the curve.
Oh,
where you
okay,
guys are
okay,
on the
okay.
timeline.
Gotcha. Okay, then I will have not said that because I probably wouldn't think that yet. Would Urban Decay and Cream still probably be the biggest names in the slums then?
Big for right now. It depends on what context you mean big.
Most known, most notorious.
Urban Decay is up there. Cream is up there. A number of the Crimson talents would definitely probably have more screen time.
Oh, you know who I'm going to put it on par with? I would probably put Mammon Gray. I don't know how familiar with talents from this area. I would probably put Mammon Gray on a similar level of notoriety as what's his name? Captain Barrett from like.
Oh,
20,
I
30
know
years
Captain
ago.
Barrett. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain
Yeah,
Barrett
the
is
strongest
well known
talent
in
in the city.
Sims. Yeah. So,
Maybe not an Iceman level threat, but like only a few steps away if I got the right read.
I don't think anything's really at the Iceman level threat.
That's why I said a few steps away.
A couple miles. As someone that's seen the devastation of the Iceman,
I've looked into the singularity, and Mammon Gray had it behind her. Or him.
Charlie's step of scales is magnitudinal.
it's it's logarithmic.
Yeah, it's like
That-
9 is.
That
10
would mean they're the
times
same.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
so-
exponential then, I guess.
No. That's about right. Anyway, so. Let's see here. Timekeeper is gonna wave you guys over. He was also kind of looking at the bell. He was gonna go like, "You guys hear about this?"
I mean, I haven't. So, could you repeat what he said? I couldn't hear it clearly.
No worries. He's like, "So, you guys hear about this? You guys know about this?"
This is the first time saying it.
Bell falling over. I'm not even really familiar with the bell.
We're concerned with the body, and the fact that, from what I gathered from the locals, this page is from one of your guys' books.
Yeah, Avery over there's.
You see the page being sucked into the compliant key like it's being put through a paper shredder, complete with faint whirring.
The book is vibrating really quickly, and Avery doesn't look necessarily like unhappy, but he looks quite concerned. This is not a thing he has any.
Also probably doesn't feel great in the hands. I don't know if you've ever done like a leaf blower in your yard, but your hand feels a little weird after.
Yeah, I'm imagining this also being more violent than like it's vibrating at 800 hertz.
Hmm.
Timekeeper.
That might be a lot. That sounds like a lot now that I think about it.
Timekeeper's gonna fill you in. So, I don't have context for this. I'm not from here, but this looks like a deal was made based on some of the evidence we gathered in the church.
Well, Mammon Gray appears to have been here, so that would check out.
He can't leave Market Street. How is he here?
Well, I mean, I've met him
Take
outside
to-
Market Street.
It would take a very severe thinning of. So
Avery will walk up
No, finish
closer.
the thought.
Sorry.
there are protections in place meant to keep him in Market Street, and they would have to be weakened in some way or broken, or you would have to be in a place that isn't necessarily the rest of the city, but still connected enough to have access to Market Street. Like, that's incredible. How?
I mean, are there people like that could actively hear us if we talk?
He can. So Timekeeper can keep you guys a bit separated, and he can also like mess with the temporal distortion a little bit to make it very hard for people to understand what you're being said. Like, it'll sound a bit too sped up or too slow.
Okay, yeah, if he could do that, that would be lovely. There was recently. Is he doing that? Because I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about
He
this if
can
he's not.
He can at your request.
Yeah, so there was recently a temporal event that involved Parker the Clown being repeatedly killed by Urban Decay. Like some old man was involved that did some time stuff, and there was a bunch of realities kind of stuck together.
He
You can speed up
immediately
time
perks
now.
up at the mention of the old man.
It perks up in a good way or bad way?
Bad way.
Empathy check?
Yeah. Give me an empathy check. What do you got?
I'm trying to remember how many wiggle die I have. I think it's 3. Yeah.
And you are trained now, because I remember you mentioned buying some dice.
Yes. Is
Three wiggle
width or
dice.
height better here?
It doesn't matter. And a basic
Alright.
success would work here. This is
I'm gonna go 4 9s.
cool. He has the contendants of someone who has been hunted in the past, like a con who got a bit too close to the feds, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Gotcha. Like he obviously, but at the same time, like it's very obvious. Like you could even ask him, and he would tell you like the old man being involved is never a good thing.
I think I kind of got that idea by interacting with him.
You're just talking to the guy.
Yeah. So Timekeeper's gonna nod and go, okay. So if Mammon Gray is obviously not completely out. Otherwise, things would be a lot worse than they are right now. But I was with Chernov the first time him and Mammon had their confrontation. It was literally beyond description. So we're not seeing that, so either Mammon Gray has a reason to be laying low right now, or he's still somewhat confined to Market Street. But as we can see here, he's at least partially out.
Is Avery in this conversation? I'm sorry to break in, but
I would imagine all of the party members are in on this.
I did imagine everyone was in if they wanted to be.
Okay, then relating directly to this, Avery will gesture at the book, which has now finished its dark business, reclaiming its page. Seems a little like you. It doesn't. There's no way to tell, but if you look at the book, it seems content. Avery will look at Timekeeper and say, "It's possible that this book might have summoned him somehow during that time when, what Charlie was saying, when time was kind of broken, I guess."
He did steal a couple pages from it.
I gave him some pages in a bargain.
What?
And the only reason he was able to talk to us at all is that when we were in the middle of what part of the city would you say we were in, Charlie?
Weren't we at the church the second time? Are you talking about
the first time? The first time we met him.
I don't remember where we were the first time. I just know that Hassan was there doing sacred geometries.
Near the church, a bit closer to the wharves where some of the high rises were more intact. Hassan had kind of suspended one and was kind of using it as a nest to try and...
Yep. We were right around here, I guess. It was a little hard to tell at the time. And Avery will flip the compliant key over and show that if you open it the wrong way, it's just a normal copy of the Lesser Key of Solomon. I used this to try and do a beseechment of the guardian angel of the midnight hour, and that made Mammon Gray appear to us or summon us, or I don't really know how he works. I did that. All I know is I did that. We were immediately in his office, and he made a bargain to me in exchange for 3 pages, or in exchange for being able to use the book. I only found out he took pages from it later.
Do you know about how many total pages he took?
The number was 3, right?
I think so, yeah.
So is this Avery forgetting, or is this Tom forgetting?
This is Tom forgetting. I honestly don't remember the entire number.
He took 5 pages total. 3 on paranormal entities, 1 on paranormal objects, and 1 on paranormal events. The page you got back was the page on paranormal objects.
Okay. Is there any outward way to tell that?
It is a page on a paranormal object. That's...
Okay. I suppose that is exactly what it says on the tin then.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, the idea I'm having now is that you might want to do a lookup on that fellow there, and I'm going to point at the bell.
Avery will do just that. He
And
will.
I don't think we need, if we are careful with the conversation, I don't think we need any more temporal messing with.
Avery will hold the book out in front of him. Beseech the compliant key. And let's see if he's successful and gets any reasonable information at all. 2 8s.
Okay, so unfortunately, as you open the book, the page that would have the info on this is... It looks like a government document that was heavily redacted.
I see.
Is there anything I can get from it?
Something about ringing the bell, thinning the veil. I'm trying to think of what that rhyme, but...
All right. The book slams shut in Avery's hands. He takes a moment to collect himself and say, it looks like Mammon redacted the page. I'm not really getting much from it. You don't necessarily read this book, but the most I could get was ringing the bell, thinning the veil.
In this context, I don't like those words.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Alright. Well, we'll clean up this body. I ran it by the FOP. He has no objections to me taking the body for study. Do you guys want to take a look at this before I take it? Or?
I'll see powers on the body. I'll do a separate look at the body and the gold spilling out to see if they're related or unrelated.
So, the guy was obviously an artifact user of some sort, but he's since lost the artifact. The gold is coming from an external source. Weirdly enough, it seems to be drawing from the man as a sort of like paranormal source. It doesn't seem to be summoned so much as it's drawing from something, like an external source of gold somewhere.
Okay, so it's not like he's bleeding out as much as blood is coming out of him, which is kind of weird, but I think what I said makes sense.
Bile or any organic fluid left.
Yeah. But I was saying it's not like it's draining him, it's just like it's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your passive perception is high enough that you do see a few, like, it looks like gold doubloons clutched in his hand.
Do they just look like regular pieces of 8?
A little bit fancier, a bit older.
Would we recognize them perhaps as one of the coins that Alabaster coughed up?
You would, actually.
That is really specific, and I did not remember that until now.
Yeah, that was a good catch, Tom.
This is concerning.
This isn't Alabaster, right?
It is not. The skeleton.
I figured it would
the
be.
skeleton structure is too normal.
Yeah, I feel like you could tell it was Alabaster from like 3 miles away.
I mean, I probably could.
I'm making a joke about how weird his anatomy is.
So...
He's just a normal 2,000-year-old, 18-year-old.
A bit older than 2,000, mate.
Yeah.
So... How do you guys proceed with this? Do you guys take the coins? Do you point them out to Timekeeper? What do you do here with this?
So how many coins are there? Is that like
16?
So there's some coins there that looks not quite like pieces of 8. Do you want to divide those between us so we can each do our own looking into them?
Are you asking Timekeeper or the party?
Timekeeper.
He's gonna notice those for the first time and say, don't touch those. Don't go anywhere near them. Don't look at them too long.
Why? I can't not look at them.
Avery will blurt out, "Those look just like the coins that Alabaster was coughing up."
So I don't exactly have a head for mythology, but part of my job was looking into relevant myths for intelligence gathering. I might be wrong, but I think those are related to an anomaly that happened a few hundred years ago. I would have to check my books to say more with any certainty, though.
Okay, and I'm assuming you can't remember more about the anomaly?
Nothing that I could say is reasonably accurate.
Okay. Well, is there anything else interesting here that you know of?
There's supposed to be 21 of those coins.
So it looked like you had just noticed them when I pointed them out. How did you know that was supposed to be 21?
The myth.
I see. 21 total?
I think so.
Well, we did see...
I'm reasonably certain it's 20. Again, this is like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
half-remembered thing. It's...
I mean, we have seen those before. As he said, it looked like Alabaster, the leader of Cream, if you're more familiar with the group, coughed them up.
He would have been around at that time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard some tellings he's pretty old.
Well, perhaps cough is a strong word. He vomited out a pretty significant number of them after, like, haughtily re-emboweling himself, I guess, after Chernov had gutted him.
Timekeeper looks very concerned at everything you're saying.
It was a time.
So I guess I'd want to know... The first thing I'd want to know is... Did he just have these, or...
I mean,
did he
in his
get them from
stomach, it seemed.
Or did Chernov try and use him? I don't know.
He coughed them up.
He coughed them up after Chernov had him flayed and gutted up on the wall in a circle.
Ah.
He claimed to have been using him as the linchpin of some... I don't think we ever actually learned what he was using Alabaster for.
I think he was keeping the area we were in stable. But that could be wrong, so take that with a grain of salt.
I will say, in character, you guys never did learn. You only got some speculations and some info.
Thinking back on that, was Alabaster like this man? Was there any blood involved in that at all, or was it just more coins and...
A little bit, if I remember correctly. Mostly like ichor and bile, though.
Okay, but not anything noticeably...
You know, we are going to talk to Alabaster. That's why we left.
Yeah, but I don't think he would want us to carry this mess with us.
So I'm assuming you would suggest taking these touching these coins is a bad idea?
Timekeeper is nodding. He's like, I definitely remember these coins not being a good deal, not being, a good time. Not touching is usually just the first line of defense I recommend.
Okay. Well, what would you recommend us do with them?
I was gonna go try and find some of the containment talent and just try and sequester them away safely.
Gonna look over at Chivalry.
So what Chivalry does isn't quite containment, but Chivalry will make eye contact with Charlie A silent battle will go underway as he realizes what Charlie wants him to do. Chivalry doesn't want to do that because it's weird and awkward and he doesn't know these people that well. And Mr. President already gives him enough shit for the strange machinations of the puppet hole. At the same time, he's not sure if that will be enough to contain it.
Actually, while looking at Chivalry, I'm going to cock my head and say, hey, you're pretty old into mythology, right?
Chivalry will nod.
Do you want to take a stab?
All right. So Chivalry only has 3 mind, and I can't think anything off the top of my head that would help. Sam, could I give a mind roll and you give me some hints or some such?
Yeah, you also have an alternate thing. I know the compliant key has exhausted, but you guys do have a temporal accelerator here. He could, if it's just a matter of waiting, just run down the clock for you guys.
Okay.
If that doesn't cost us time, sure.
Well, Chivalry will jump up, grab the book out of Avery's hand, and say, I do know quite a bit. I could first, however, timekeeper, I'm sorry, I don't really know what to call you. Can you hold this book for a few hours, few days? Accelerated, of course. It needs some time to...
Isn't it weeks?
He's gonna go. If I can just here, he's gonna take like a burlap bag, put the book in the bag that barely fits. He's gonna wave over Heartless Bob and have him feed the clock for a little bit. If it's something very small, the conversion rate gets a lot more generous.
Chivalry nods like he understands what Timekeeper just said.
And Bob
does that ding my lie detector?
No, it's very true.
No, what Chivalry did.
Oh, the nod? Yeah, that dings. The book comes out. It is fresh for use.
Right? Chivalry will grab it. He'll hold it out in front of him like Avery normally does. It's a little awkward, of course, because the book is about as tall or as wide as Chivalry's torso. He'll mutter something in Scots to beseech it. The book opens, and I have rolled 2 9s.
So are you asking about the origin of the coins, their myth, or the anomaly?
Just the myth of the coins. Like what are... I guess the myth and the origin are pretty similar.
It opens to a torn out page.
Thanks, Mammon Gray.
Done.
It's like you guys should have made a deal with the devil.
Unfortunate.
The book slammed shut.
I think this is like one of the first. No, I think I've seen you use the key before. Have I?
Yeah, you've never seen Chivalry use it before.
Got it. I'm gonna be like, is it supposed to have a torn out page?
No. Well, Mammon Gray took out a page. Or 5.
Chivalry looks quite unhappy that the book has failed on him the first time he's ever wanted to use it. The book looks unhappy that it can't provide any information, and slams shut, but catches Chivalry's beard as it does so.
Gonna help him pull it out.
It's like pulling hairs out of a fucking iron vice.
The paper shredding noise slowly begins to cure up.
Oh no!
Gonna help pull out with a little more urgency.
It comes out.
Chivalry throws the book over at Avery and walks away in disgust.
Timekeeper's gonna nod and go. And you said
You'll get him next time.
You said there were still 3 pages on paranormal people or creatures.
Yeah, one on 3 on people or 3 on beings is how it normally organizes itself, and 1 missing on events.
I'm not going to guess we would get them back in any sort of useful way.
Just off the top of my head, I would ask you, was it really 21 and not 30?
Might have been 30. Why do you ask?
Well, I can think of all kinds of things why you wouldn't want to pick up one of the 30 coins, so I guess those are supposed to be made out of silver. Actually, Charlie, can you tell what metal these are actually made out of?
What are they made out of?
Some are gold.
Yes.
Some are silver. Some are copper and bronze.
A bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna give the answer of a bunch of stuff,
Oh,
and then stop looking at them.
all right. I mean, Judas was paid 30 coins to betray Jesus. That's really the only coin myth I can think of off the top of my head.
This is going to take some further study. All right.
I mean, there's also the whole afterlife, the Greek afterlife, where you have to give the boatman a coin.
That's 1 coin now.
Yeah, it would usually be held under the. Actually, the
It's 1 or
boatman,
2, isn't it?
the boatman's coin would, in a lot of those myths, would be placed underneath the tongue.
Is there
So-
a coin for this guy's tongue?
This man does not have a tongue. It has been scorched out by the molten gold.
Understandable.
All right.
So was it scorched out by the molten gold that was put under his tongue?
Jack Hannibal Hancock has enough mind to make that medicine check. The answer would be yes. But you don't know if that's a coincidence or not.
Avery looks at Caronade like he's never seen the guy before when he.
Oh no,
spiked him.
this is David.
He looks at David like he's never seen him before, which is fair because he really hasn't. And then,
Hi.
hi. Thank you. I wasn't expecting. I normally am the guy we go to get approximately correct mythology information.
I approximately know some things about some mythologies.
Approximate.
Maybe.
In absolute disgust, Chivalry yells from about 50 yards away where he's standing. And between the two of you, you're 50% of one theologian.
This is fair. The disgust is warranted.
So I do have an idea that I don't love. I'm gonna start the letter W and then stop about 5 times before we could take one of these to Alabaster and ask him, because he might know. Or he might attack us for bringing them onto the premise, I'm not sure. Probably not attack, but kick us out maybe.
Or be disgusted since he vomited one up.
Didn't he vomit a few up?
He did.
Do you
But
remember the
I don't really understand how he works. I don't know how he would consider them, given that he did vomit them.
Sam, this was a lot less time for us in game. Do you remember about how many he vomited up?
About 20.
About 20. Okay.
So did he create these or summon them from the past?
I mean, it might be, though these could just be the ones he vomited up.
You do remember there was some concerning historical refuse in the vomit, but none of you guys really only noted the coins because a lot was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's weird. I remember him being pretty damn disgusted to see the coins, which, considering how much disgusting body horror stuff happens around him, vomiting up a bunch of coins doesn't actually seem like it might faze him that much. The level of disgust is a little odd, considering how violent and gross his life has been. He might not be happy to see the coin.
Yeah, so we will just talk to him about it. But I actually do think going and having a chat with him is probably not a bad idea.
We have to go talk to him anyway.
Is there anything we can do first to get this paranormal waste out of the area?
I will say, if he does say we have to use a favor for the coin, I would rather us resurrect the person we killed.
Yeah, so I was thinking we do have a question with Verbal Kink, so we could go have a chat with him and see if we can ask him some questions about it, see if he knows.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably talk to Alabaster first, just for the promise we made to the Vaqueros, but Avery will look around at everyone here. Do you guys have any ideas how we might go about containing this? Do you need our help doing so before we leave, or?
Oh, Izzy's gonna immediately perk up. Yo, Old Man Jenkins from Logan. He has a puzzle box. It's fucking phenomenal for this shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Old Man Jenkins.
Did he ever
Old Man Logan?
Oh yeah.
Sam, I know everyone in Logan.
Yeah,
there
no,
isn't
I was
a single
gonna
person.
transition that into a story, but the flow's dead now. Let's move.
Is he nearby, or do we need me to find him?
No. He's at the Pachinko parlor.
Okay.
The Flooded District has a pachinko parlor?
I love that his name's Old Man Jenkins. I just can't get the Scooby-Doo reference out of my head.
Old Man Jenkins! And I wouldn't have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for you meddling kids. Cracks knuckles, cracks neck, snaps neck. Hey, come on. He tried to embezzle money. What can we do?
Alright.
I didn't need this image, Bob. Now I'm imagining Jose looks exactly like Fred.
Oh, I hate that.
Give Fred about 1.5 inches more on his shoulders.
Make him Mexican.
Take away the ascot and the...
You can't take away the ascot. That's not a sync character.
Just basically kick Fred to the curb and put Jose...
Yeah, so unfortunately, Jose is now wearing an ascot, and this is non-negotiable. He's probably very angry about this.
Unfortunate.
Appeared like a noose. So...
Jesus.
Alright. It does seem like between Timekeeper, Bob, and Izzy, they do have a pretty firm grasp on the situation. Chris, Izzy is going to ask Mr. President, like, hey, where you rolling nowadays? Maybe we'll hit you up later.
I am currently at the candy shop. It's like the north side.
Before you answer, sorry to cut you off. Izzy is very competent. Izzy is one of the best dispatchers you've ever known. She gets bored very easily, and if she cannot find trouble, she will create it.
I love it. You know what?
By the way, Charlie's gonna stand in like the background.
I'll say
a bunch.
I'll say I'm over by the candy shop, but I know you like to look for some good times. We're trying to figure out how to deal with the Iron Legion and the Hive. So if you have any ideas, always good down to hear some.
Oh, plenty. As soon as I figure out who the fuck those people are. Anyway.
Ones I'll then describe where they are.
No. Let me have the chase. I need this.
Okay.
Should we tell this person about G-Slice, who has a similar, well, not necessarily similar, but also has a brand of chaos?
Do you really want that much chaos in one setting?
I want to point out, like, Reginald is on his way to do the infiltration mission now that he's like in a good headspace, but like
just throwing more chaos that direction.
Okay, so
what if we just send G-Slice over there and he just summons so many ghosts? They're just like, what the fuck is going on? This place is haunted. We need to get the fuck out of here.
That's not the worst idea I've heard.
Well, I'm imagining we
actually,
send
wait,
G
Iron
Slice.
away, but
Ghosts are weak to iron. Fuck. And he
I
would
imagine we
totally
send
tell
G
that
Slice
rat.
against the Iron Legion.
No, that's a bad idea.
G Slice dies, and the Iron Legion still comes. But this time, they're like super Catholic, crucifixes everywhere.
Holy
The
crap.
only difference.
They are
This
renamed
is
to
how-
the Iron Crusade.
This is how
Oh,
Warhammer
shit.
40. This is how Warhammer 40k started.
Well, that's unfortunate. We don't need Warhammer 40k in this city. That's more bloodshed than the city can support.
Oh, based on what I know about some part of the city, sounds like it could be an improvement.
being Bob here.
40k, I don't think is ever an improvement. 40k is Market Street dialed up to 20.
it's better than 41k though. It's better than 401k.
Actually, I think isn't 30k worse?
Oh, 30k is the
Alright,
worst
well, you
heresy.
Guys, we don't have 2 hours to devote to this.
Yes, we do.
Let's continue.
Yes.
I need the wikis.
Alright.
Your master demands it.
Back on the boat we go.
Back on the boat. Old Man Jenkins got the coins. Izzy does
boy.
organize. Where do you want the puzzle box dropped off? Because we're not letting Old Man Jenkins keep this. He will fucking gamble this like nothing else.
Are the coins safe in there?
They'll be
Like,
safe
are
in
they
the
gonna-
box. We just have to keep the box safe. Where do you want the box when we get it?
Can we hand it to a troll named Conmeyer?
He's not a troll.
Izzy is checking her contacts list. What do you suggest in the meantime?
Corey might be good at keeping this safe.
Bob gives you the side eye at that, but like, he's not arguing.
I'll just make eye contact with Bob. I was like, is that a bad idea? And I don't know him that well, but he seems reliable.
I mean, he seems reliable, but why would you put this evil on us, man?
Oh, I don't know. It just seemed like keeping a box safe.
I mean, if the box is
Yeah, it's not
perfectly
involved.
contained, I guess Chivalry could do it.
Yeah.
Can you see powers on the box to verify it won't poison Chivalry somehow?
We could do it later. Do you want to just deliver it to the candy shop so you guys could take a look at it?
Yeah.
That seems like a good idea.
Okay. We are gonna fast track the travel to the broth. Alright. The doubloons will be delivered to the candy shop. The body will be in the possession of Timekeeper in case you guys ever want to do an anatomy study on it. He will have it in suspended animations. He'll put it under temporal stasis so it won't, decay or anything like that.
Right.
And Izzy is now on the trail of the Iron Legion and Hive. Alright.
We think.
All right.
We did it. We saved the day.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
The consequences have never been more real.
Now to talk to Cream and hopefully not accidentally make everything worse.
So as you guys approach the nondescript entrance to the brothel, first thing you see is a, depending on your preference, man or woman, same person, just different views, orange skin, blue eyes, no hair, no clothes, only fishnets, greet you enthusiastically as you guys approach the entrance.
Does Avery remember this person from last time he was here?
No, it looks like it's a different host.
Is Avery also the only person in the current party who has been here before?
I
Oh,
believe
Charlie's
so.
been here.
Oh yeah, it was Charlie. I forgot. I always forget how early Charlie came in.
Yep.
Yeah. You two have been here before. You don't recognize this person. They don't recognize... Well, they don't recognize you personally, but they've heard of you guys at this point. You guys are... Well, not big deals, well known around town.
We're on the list.
The list.
Oh, fuck.
They laugh and go, You're not, but head on in.
No, sorry, I meant we're on Verbal King's list. I didn't mean to say that in character.
Oh.
Too late. You said it.
She's gonna, or they're gonna, go down the clipboard and go, alright. Let me just get you an escort, because, that's the, I assume you're here for the boss, just going on and letting
Yeah.
you go. Yep. How's Heartstrings sound as an escort for you guys? The emotional manipulator, he's the one who keeps the peace in there.
Heartless Bob?
No, Heartstrings, different person.
Okay.
I
don't
mean,
think I know who Heartstring is.
Sure.
You know, I thought I was annoyed enough at work where I'm called Rob and there is someone else called Bob, but having someone in the game called Bob
So much
among
worse.
everyone here is so much worse.
It's okay, Rob.
Thanks, Seth.
It's okay.
Naming
sorry,
my next character is going to be named Robert the Bobbert.
So I'm calling Seth Sebastian, Tom Sebastian.
Sebastian is so good. What a name.
I'm calling Tom Thomas Sam Samuel.
No, go for
Chris
something.
Chris Christoph.
Wait,
Yeah.
Seth is short for Sebastian?
No.
I thought it was short for Bartholomew.
No, it's for Sephiroth, obviously.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about the derailment.
No
No, it's fair.
worries.
Think who you're talking to.
You see the host page the interior of the bar. You guys wait a minute. You guys wait another minute. The host begins to look nervous. Pages again. She goes. They go. Sorry, just 1 minute.
Wait, don't we have the Vasqueros with us, or they decide not to?
No, they didn't want to.
Vaqueros
They're
wanted to
bored.
stick around the candy shop and get briefed on the town before they head out.
And they explicitly didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
They explicitly did not want to be there.
Did we
I mean,
bring part of the motorcycle with us for our purposes, or were we going to have Alabaster come to the candy shop?
oh, we had. Yeah, I think we did have the motorcycle.
I forgot to ask. So yeah, we can have the motorcycle. Your boat's big enough to carry it.
So I'm gonna guess Chivalry will do the
Well,
same thing that you
no,
built it and just
actually.
carry it over his shoulder.
We also could have just taken her gun, which is more likely.
That also tracks.
The host looks very concerned at the puppet just fucking carrying a motorcycle. But they allow it, and they pop
I mean-
in and pop back out with a man in like a frilly white, almost like Spanish soap opera type, like deep V-cut shirt, tight leather pants, a heart-shaped gold locket, and an appearance disturbingly similar to Johnny's.
Mm.
Hey, noticing a sour face, let me just fix that. He snaps his fingers. You guys are gonna have to either make a stability check or view this man favorably.
I have 5 on endless stability. Is that not enough?
Not for him, no.
Okay, I'll roll. Oh
I
wait,
don't.
actually, I still don't think I need to roll because I think I have.
Do we all roll?
I cannot pass that roll then.
I have 13 dice, 13 tens to start off with. I can roll if I need more.
Okay,
Yeah,
um,
Check my stat block. Are they chained?
Yes.
Okay, what's the second?
So it's 11 for stability, then chained to 2.
All right, you get like a twinge of. Yeah, this guy's probably trustworthy. Wait, what the fuck am I thinking?
Okay.
Avery fails. Chivalry gets 2 tens.
Can I use leadership to help boost people's ability to see through this?
Not if you want to maintain your own mental acuity.
I have endless on it. Or do I have to
On
roll
the
every
stability
round?
and command?
I have endless on. Oh wait, no, I took endless off of stability. Never mind. I thought I had that. Wait, no, I do. I have endless instability. It just went down one line.
Okay.
Why did you go down one line? Oh, because I had an item list added.
So,
I got 6 10s.
So yes, I have endless.
okay. Bob, you're not in like complete awe of the man. This is on a gradient, but like you do view him favorably now. Mr. President, you are seeing this man as like, oh, this is a man who wants to be loved but doesn't want to try.
Who is this? This was Alabaster.
Heartstrings.
Heartstrings.
He is the guy
then-
who puts the pacifism aura on the bar or the brothel.
What does
Got
chivalry have at 2 10s?
Does this power
Fortunately,
work on chivalry?
fortunately, its effect is incredibly reduced on non-human targets. But we did establish that chivalry has enough biology to get drunk, but we don't know if that's because the fairy beer is magic. So I'm gonna say, like, at the very least, not negative, which is a big ass considering how slimy this guy seems to be.
So my character's negative towards it.
Sam, I feel like we should get some dice for his name being Heartstrings.
You're right, one penalty dice, he's too lovable.
I did it. Endless stability came in clutch for once.
This man's name is suspect as fuck.
How do Avery and Charlie react to him, as neither of them had a success on this
I'm
roll?
pretty sure this guy's like a celebrity or something. He's so cool. You would die if anything happened to Heartstrings. You would kill everyone in the room and then yourselves.
Fucking like to see you try.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try to kill yourself in my presence.
Let's take a moment to analyze who would Avery think is a celebrity when he's all about that puppet.
I don't think Charlie knows what a celebrity is. Also, you'd probably like Jeff Dunham.
No.
I
I want people to think positively. of Heartstrings.
Jingle bombs.
Alright,
Bob, you gotta get us DMCA. You gotta stop.
You don't get DMC'd on Twitch.
Yes, you do.
You get that after the fact when you upload it on YouTube.
No, you still get it on Twitch too.
Oh, well.
They're actually worse about it.
Today, Bob learned.
Twitch is worse than YouTube. Got it.
Okay, so
Understood.
So I don't trust him.
absolutely not. That being said, you cannot keep up the not trusting him and ignoring the pacifism aura. I didn't know if you wanted to do that anyway, but
What? Oh, you
remember
can't.
the first time you guys stepped into the brothel, you kind of felt that like suppression of all violent urge. Like you couldn't be violent even if you wanted to. Like the negative emotions just were mellowed out immediately.
I don't think John Hannibal Hancock's been here.
Yeah,
He's talking
but, like,
about us as players.
as players.
Oh,
Remember the first time? You came?
I think I came as Quake, so this was like 2 years ago. Just an FYI.
That's very fair. I forgot how long it's been.
Yeah,
he wasn't-
So the
wasn't with
first
us.
time you guys entered the brothel, you immediately felt like a very mellow aura. You got like a faint. It almost felt like a faint contact high.
Mhm.
Even when you were exposed to really confrontational shit, like the flesh sculptor and whatever the hell was on the stage stripping, you didn't feel horrified or violent or anything negative. That was
I don't
this
actually
guy.
remember anything about what was on the stage because of how much I was unhappy about the flesh sculpture.
That's fair.
I just don't remember anything being on the stage. I don't remember that bit.
It's fine. It was a while ago. This is the man responsible for that. That effect is now in play while he is present, except now he is also actively using his power.
Don't like that.
just for the purposes of getting you to like him.
Should I just break the ice and be like, power's not going to work on me? How about we just get down to business?
Would you like to make an empathy check before you say that?
I'm not very empathetic, but sure. It's not my character's thing to be very empathetic. Let's see. Does 2 7s give me anything?
So the most immediate thing you can find out about this man is he is a hardcore narcissist. Any even perceived criticism might cause him to melt down. Maybe
meltdown bad or meltdown good?
Meltdown bad, very bad.
Okay, I wasn't
Due to
sure.
this man, what Avery did to Quartz.
Don't do that.
Like,
That seems like
if you're
a bad
you're going to confront him, maybe do it in front of like his boss, where he might at least be forced to have some temperance.
Got it. Okay. You're like, we wanted to come talk to Alabaster.
He's gonna mull that over, very visibly displeased that you're not here explicitly for him. But he'll just shrug and go,
Hey, what's your workout regimen?
"Oh, I just look like this."
Nice.
Yeah, right. He puts an arm around Charlie and leads him to the.
I can see all the big heavy body odor. Like he's got a bad body odor, and I just imagine the sweatiest guy.
Unfortunately, he's in the same fashion as the flesh sculptor, so he does get some perks.
Ugh, so he is sweaty, right?
I'm imagining Charlie smoozing on Wario.
And it was there that he died. So,
Hold on, I need to recover from that. Okay. So, the best way I can describe Heartstrings is someone who is very physically attractive in they had a very solid base to work with, but between their personality and the fact that they don't try, it's almost made worse just because you can so very clearly see the line where they could be attractive, but they're just not.
Got it.
It's like they could have been a 10 out of 10, but the uncanny valley effect makes them a 0 out of 10.
Unfortunate.
So as he is leading you guys in, just talking himself up, he is the only thing he talks about.
God, it's like dealing with we had to deal with Johnny Switchblade. Now this guy. Thanks,
I did
Sam.
mention that he looks very similar to Johnny Switchblade, right?
Oh, of course. So Jared Leto's Joker number 3.
Like a familial resemblance.
No.
Are you related to Johnny Switchblade?
Don't know who that is.
I'm gonna. Ooh.
Hey, that thing is a lie.
Yeah, I really want to know if that was a lie.
It did not. He does not know who Johnny Switchblade is.
Okay.
Somewhere in the world, Johnny Switchblade deflates
Do I
a
know
little
Johnny
bit.
Switchblade's real name?
Yeah, I think we knew there were multiple of them, right? Or was that just out of game that we talked about that?
You do remember that when you press... I don't remember if this was in-game or if I even talked about this with you, Seth. Was this in-game where I said if you pressed Johnny on what his legal name was, him saying Johnny Switchblade would ding as a lie?
I believe
I
that
don't
was.
think you actually told me that, no.
I remember you saying something like that, but I think that was. I don't believe that was in game.
Oh, my bad.
That's fine, we don't know that.
Okay.
It's
I
okay.
want
I'll
his
ask
full
his
name to
real
be-
name next time.
Johnny Switchblade's full name is Jonathan Nintendo Switchblade.
I do
I
remember
guess-
where this is from now. When Chivalry held his knife to him, Avery called
Yeah!
him Jonathan and said, "That's not even close to my real name."
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
We do know that it's not his name.
But I don't think we know his actual name, just that there's a bunch of him.
Yeah. I can't think of a way you could try and implicate him. So
I mean, could we just give a physical description? He's got a straight razor. I forget how to describe him physically, but that.
He
Looks
wears a
literally
purple
like
suit.
you.
He looks very similar to you.
Looks like Jared Leto's Joker.
Actually,
when you
Avery
say-
wouldn't be able to say any of this.
When you okay, so Mr. President is the only one capable of saying Jared Leto's Joker, just due to how damning that comparison is. You would never compare someone you like to that. As you get closer, he's gonna freeze and say, "Are you saying fucking Johannes is in town? Are you saying?" he's
Oh, is that
alive?"
his real name?
His name's Johannes. What a bad name. I'll say that in character too.
I know, right? He's such a piece of shit. Him getting fucking dispelled from the family was the best decision we ever made. The only good decision the rest of those fucks ever made.
Oh, why'd you dispel him?
Oh, he had some rant about how we were just leeching off of Mother. Nonsense like that. Like he ever contributed anything.
I mean,
Yes,
why
he
would
was
you
in
do that?
town. He is in town.
Well, I can't say I'm happy to hear that he survived, but he's not doing well, right? Like he is suffering, right?
Oh no, he's doing really good for himself.
I mean, we did kind of watch him melt.
Yeah, but
He
that
got
was
better,
because
though.
we did that on purpose.
You guys are all right.
We just got positive input.
I don't know how to react to this idea that Johnny Switchblade is the wayward son of the worst family in the world.
I'm just gonna lean in and go. Should I mention I punched my way out of his out of his mindscape?
I'm gonna nod.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, I said it in a stage whisper.
I don't know what that means, but I imagine it hurt him, and he deserves everything coming to him.
Didn't you break his spine?
I broke a lot of things, including my own spine.
Heartstrings is going to just gently place his hands on his shoulder and goes, "You and me need to have a drink after this." My God, man.
He survived though.
I don't believe you.
Of fucking course he did. You know, our brother fucking punted him through a vehicle, and the guy got up somehow. He even did a little dance to mock him. Brother was so infuriated, he walked into the middle of the street to close distance, got nailed by a bus.
That sounds unfortunate. I wouldn't have been nailed by a bus.
I mean, the bus was so much worse for wear, but... Anyway.
No, the bus wouldn't have touched me. So, anyway, about the failings of your family.
Unfortunately, we are at the table, but another time, do stop by.
No.
He's gonna snap his fingers.
Wait, you don't you have the liking order?
I have a small semblance of liking, but I also don't like authority.
Ooh.
You know what? I'll rule that as I'll rule that as legitimate. All right. So you guys are in a sequestered part of the bar. The flesh sculptor is just tearing into a person. You see 3 cream employees going over a map, and you see Alabaster, kind of with a 1,000-yard stare, drink in hand. Perks up a little bit when he notices you guys and offers you seats.
Hey, Alabaster. So, before any further conversation, I have a question for you. 2 questions.
Are you sure it's not... Are you sure the answers will be free?
I think so, but if you would like to not answer them, they're mostly just for you. about the rest of the conversation. Because one of them could end up with me telling you stuff.
All right, shoot.
And if they're not free, I would prefer you not answer them. One is this conversation private?
As private as anything can be in the city, yes.
And two is, do you remember the, what are we calling it? Reality warping event? This is out of game that I'm asking that.
Whatever he calls it, he is going to put up a hand and say, "Do I remember the day you badmouthed the Rune Mother and almost got us all killed?" Yes.
I didn't do that. I very specifically didn't do that.
Okay, sorry, not you, your group. He's gonna say
Yeah.
your group. Sorry, I misspoke there.
That was Bomber?
And he's
Yeah.
not with you?
He has left the group. Not on bad terms, just left.
Interesting. But yes, to answer your question, I do remember.
Okay. Now, so out of game, I remember that I had helped him out with the Alabaster situation. I very specifically remember that we helped him out in some way with that, or not the Alabaster, the Chernov situation. I can't remember exactly what it was we did. Was it just that we locked him away?
You did give... So, Chernov was trapped in the memory of Alexandria. And you did give the access key to Captain Barrett, who used Runecraft to seal Chernov there.
Okay.
And information you gathered later, mostly from Verbal Kink, if I remember correctly, insinuated that so long as Captain Barrett is alive, there's a very... you have at least a few months before Chernov finds a way to break out safely.
Okay. So, I remember that Chernov was kind of tearing you a new one in there. I just wanted to let you know we kind of sealed him away.
He is going to perk up at that.
Yes. I don't want to give too many details on exactly how we did that for free. But we were wondering if you would do us I think for you, very small favor.
Continue.
So a group that we have allied with had a compatriot die and had their body completely disintegrated. We were wondering if you could reconstitute her from a few specks of skin left on her gun or bike.
Absolutely, but that's not a small ask. That's a full resurrection. I don't know about...
Do we actually need Alabaster to do a full resurrection, or just create enough of the body that the Vaquero, or recreate enough of the body that the Vaqueros can do it with their own powers?
I'll have you ask that.
So
I don't
you've
know.
seen Alabaster's power.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he can do just a little bit.
It's not in stages. He can't just bring back an ounce. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, can you bring back the body as a dead body? Not have to worry about doing the resurrection yourself, just the body?
So, just so we're clear, I try and stay out of the business of resurrection. One, because I operate in church-owned territories, and they take offense to that. I only do it for very select clients. Two, I would never hear the end of it if word got out that I was offering resurrection on the open market. My establishments would be fucking flooded with every mother looking to have their poor son resurrected. Every 2-bit gang would be shooting up my brothels trying to get my attention, to get some nobody fucking leader brought back. It just... I've done it in the past. It never works out well.
That's understandable.
The last time I got in that business, I wound up sealed in silver in the catacombs of France for about 300 years.
That sounds like a really bad time.
That's an understatement. That being said, I could be persuaded. Go on about what you did to Chernov.
Like, he's just getting off on how you trapped Chernoff. Tell me more.
We, by we, I mean me and Avery specifically, made a deal with Captain Barrett.
He perks up at that in like a positive way.
To have him sealed in the memory of Alexandria by Runecraft, and Captain Barrett's, I think, the only person who can release him. He'll likely be able to break out eventually, but we're hoping to have by then figured out a way to deal with him, but that seems like a big ask. It is Chernoff.
And where would the exit be if you know that?
Out of game. I don't know that, do I?
It was implied when Captain Barrett made it that the seal would be the entrance in the bar where you guys initially entered it.
The Chernov's bar?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the entrance of Chernov's bar, but I'm not 100% certain about that.
All right. That's a deal then. Is it anyone major you want brought back, or is it someone whose existence I can sweep under the rug?
It's someone whose existence I believe you should be able to sweep under the rug. A small gang named the Vaqueros in the slums.
I've never heard of them. Good. Now, I do want to be very clear. Once I do this, we are even. We are square. You will have no more favors from this for me.
Understandable.
There was nothing else you wanted to ask or have me do that you just assumed I would lump into this, right?
I did have something to ask that I think could be potentially mutually beneficial. Maybe.
I would say as soon as I resurrect this person, which I assume is what the fucking motorcycle you brought in here is for.
Yes. It's a nice bike. I didn't enjoy the ride on it, but
Once I do this, you will be escorted off property in a secret manner. Your memories will be wiped, and I will try and minimize any evidence that you were even here to cover this up. Are we clear?
yes. I will, if you would have me remember this, tell the Vaqueros to be very quiet. They do know that we were coming to you to see if we could get her back, unfortunately. I know that is probably not good for the deal, but I feel I should disclose that information in good faith.
We'll have someone picked up and wipe them later.
Right. So my other question, we noticed on the way here, we stopped by and found some coins that looked near, if not identical, to the ones you vomited up during the reality warping event.
Let's see. Charlie, your passive perception is good enough to notice that it's very subtle, but Alabaster is now on edge. As soon as you said that.
I thought I would alert you. It is likely that Mammon Gray is acting in the area.
And he has the coins.
The coins were on a dead body.
We found 16 coins. We don't have the information how many there are supposed to be.
Well, you won't get it from me.
He did also alter this object, and Avery will hand Alabaster the compliant key. I don't necessarily know what it is you do or how exactly your power works, but if you're able to look at what Mammon did to it, it might be beneficial for you for your own investigations. I don't really know what we're going to do about this yet.
He does not look at the book. He doesn't touch the book. He gives it like a side eye, like just keeping it in the peripheral of his vision. He's going to point at it and say, "Is this book touched by Mammon Gray? Did you bring a market-tainted item into my establishment?"
Yes, is that a
You
problem?
need to get it out immediately.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Avery like, should you dip?
You are going to go into the back room. You're going to meet a man named the Marionette. You'll be escorted off the premises.
All right.
Come back.
This is the second time Avery's been kicked out of a bar.
In the city, let's be clear. Avery will not grab the book. Chivalry will put the motorcycle down, and Avery will walk into the back room, with Chivalry very close behind.
John's gonna be very confused at how Chivalry's always getting kicked out of. Avery's always getting kicked out of bars. We've gone to 2 bars with Avery, and he's gotten kicked out of both.
Yeah, he does not have a great track record with bars.
Ask G Slice about Avery's history with bars.
Oh God!
As he goes into that other room, I'll say, I think he's been kicked out of every bar I've been in with him. Not for any similar reasons, mind you.
Doesn't surprise
Just
me in a
happens.
sense like that. Now, just so we're clear, I can give you answers about the doubloons. But it would be but that would be squaring us with Chernov. I can do one or the other, not both.
We did agree to help the Vaqueros. It was a problem that we caused. If willing, we might come back at another time with an offer about that information, but we don't know a whole lot about it right now, so I would be inclined to wait until we could ask more specific questions.
Alabaster is going to look at the remaining members of the group as if looking for confirmation.
I give confirmation.
Bob? Does David nod, or is Bob here?
Hello?
Hi.
Does David
Hi.
nod, or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. The next thing you guys are aware of, you are in a candy shop with no recollection of what happened afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's unfortunate.
The Vaqueros are currently looking around where the neon hellscape was. You currently see White on his back looking at it from an angle. I think it's discolored if you look at it straight through the skylight.
Is it
Green's gonna go,
discolored at all?
Green's gonna go, "You're staring into the sun, you fucking idiot."
You know what? We made the right choice. We made the right choice. I'd rather help this group than get answers on the campaign any day of the week. Fuck whatever you have planned, Sam. I'm following this group.
Damn.
It's so good. It's so good.
Is Amber here?
You see a very confused amber cloth individual going, "Okay, there was a gator. I remember there being a sand gator. Where the she's immediately tackled by Black, Lilac, Violet, 3 other members. And she's just gonna go, "What the fuck did I miss? What is going on here?"
From what I understand, death.
What the fuck is a sand gator that Amber, who only saw Bill's mouth flying at her, that she would still recognize?
Well, I mean, if a gator suddenly popped out at you from the sand and that was the last thing you remembered, I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty high on your.
Bill bit her from 30 yards away.
Oh, you know what? She lives in the city. Anything's possible.
All right.
Fair.
I think what you meant to say is saying get or do go brrr.
Anyway.
Is Avery back in the room too?
Yeah, Avery is there.
Okay.
Avery, you have no memory of even entering the brothel.
So Avery's all sitting on the floor near where the neon hellscape was. He looks sad and dejected again, but he's weirdly not as tired as he was when he had first touched the knife.
Yeah. You do remember the full doubloon conversation, though.
Okay. So he's going to be sad, dejected, and needing to go through his emotional soul searching again, like he does every night. But he'll be also a little confused because he remembers stuff happening after this.
The one thing you do remember is you are banned from the brothel. You do not know why.
Well, that's unfortunate.
You get banned for that for
No, he's not banned.
banned
from-
from court said he can never come back to that bar.
I thought he said never speak to him again.
Never come back here either. It was part of that thing.
Don't come back here
Yeah,
unless you
confirmation.
have a way to get Chernov out.
Yeah. So he's essentially banned because we're not
You know,
letting him get
He does
Chernov.
have a way to get Chernov back. We're just not telling him that. And it's a simple 2-step plan. Attempt to kill Captain Barrett, then die.
Meet Chernov in the afterlife because he owns your souls.
What?
He doesn't. I'm just fucking with you guys. But I like that you believed it for a second.
I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised with Chernov.
I like that if you watch this from like the stream's perspective, Chernov is just this nebulous, fucking horrifying force.
He's just a
Was he not to begin with?
Is he not? Like, excuse
Yeah,
me?
what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
What are you
fair.
talking about, Sam?
Yeah, that's true.
He's just a guy.
Come on, just a little guy.
He's a birthday boy. He's
What
just a
birthday boy.
Just dudes being guys.
It's guys being dudes.
All right.
Chernov.
Reginald has fully packed up his stuff, and he has like together a costume, an outfit, stuff for the hive. He's ready to go. He's ready to ship out whenever you guys are ready to send him.
Go on ahead.
What's his costume?
It's a beekeeper's outfit, but with like armor padding in the appropriate places.
Where are the appropriate places?
You gotta have the armored cod piece. On the knees and elbows, because those get scraped like nothing else. And then weirdly enough, just on the back of the neck, it's like a fucking rhino.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. He has decorated it with a few like contingent glow sticks.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if he hadn't.
Reginald's gonna kind of look at you guys and go, "All right, so I know what I got to do. I know what you guys want me to do. You guys, he seems to be really struggling with words here. Like,
Do you-
Is there anything you'd like us to do for you?
no, actually, you guys have done a lot, actually. More than a lot. I'm really bad at stuff like this. Just
If-
so you know.
Can Charlie see the hive? This is a real question because of his insane range.
Got like 3,000 miles. Can I see the hive?
Yeah.
Why does
Okay.
the number keep changing?
Well,
One of
you
them.
can. We'll put up a special hand signal. If you put this hand signal up, Charlie can see and let us know if you need help.
No. I don't see everywhere all the time. I have to be looking. Don't rely on that.
What
I
about
would love.
Skater Kid? Can't you guys like summon him?
Yes, Skater Kid would be a lot faster. I think. How do we summon Skater Kid? He just kind of appears.
Yeah, we just think about him, and he's just
I've
like,
just
"Hey,
been
guys."
doing he does the weird wobbling of the hand that 90s kids did for Tubular Dude, and 90s Kid is just there.
Tubular. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just teach him that hand motion. I think that should summon 90s Kid to you. I don't know what his range is. He's just always there to help. He's great.
90s Kid is you see him grinding along the pavement, just a graffitied "I am very fast" behind him.
Fuck yeah.
I meant your detection range, but yeah.
The "I am very fast" is underlined.
Okay.
He's like the Electron.
I understand. I think my lie thing dings on myself.
You guys look back. He just wrote, "The mutant universe is very scary. Shrimp Town is horrifying."
Wait, you've been to Mutant Squad universe?
Yeah. He just draws a painted arrow to the crack.
I still think we should put Johnny Switchblade through the crack.
No, we don't. We don't want to make him have to deal with two of them. And do we really want Heartbreaker to like us anymore?
You actually have a positive influence on him, I thought.
I'm saying this out of game.
I mean,
We don't.
So if two different Johnny Switchblades meet, there's only one of two ways that can go.
they fight each other to death. We've solved Johnny
Or-
Switchblade.
No, they would just infinitely scale and one-up each other.
Or you just talk about how Bitcoin's real money to him and he'll get confused and kill himself.
No, he understood perfectly. He just didn't want to.
Oh.
Also, Sam, was my reading accurate that he would just continually one-up himself? Because based off his power...
So it's actually very complicated. I would have to make and then consult a flowchart.
Okay.
I hate Johnny Switchblade's power. It's the best. The fuck thing.
Go to
You never
gotta
even
put a
saw how
UML
it
chart for
interacted
that
with the
boy.
Knife. I think I'm cutting out there, guys. Can you guys repeat what you
No, we didn't say anything, I don't think.
said? Okay.
Sorry, I was focusing on quoting you.
As usual. Always quoting.
To go back to my golden line, I am overrepresented in the quotes by request channel.
Hey, can I publish that quote?
It's already published.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I think it's pinned.
It's no.
It's
I'm,
published in my heart.
I'm talking about the one that I just quoted.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Reginald is gonna finish up his sappy moment and go, just thank you guys for everything.
Yeah. Just, you gotta promise that you will be back eventually. Unless you're-
Yeah. Also, I might be am I good to communicate with God, I'm actually blanking on his Ronnie.
Skateboard kid?
In case I need to coordinate plans with what he's doing at the Iron Legion.
I think so. I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure if that's good.
I mean, I gotta be careful because I have memories of him and he has no idea who I am.
Yeah.
You could ask the Ronnie on the Mutant Squad sign for hints about how to communicate with him.
I think I'll know what to do. It's just thing about Ronnie is he's very smart, very capable. You do have to keep tabs on him because he does take, even if there's minimal gain, he will take like the riskiest option that still gives him benefit.
I see. Okay.
And he's usually very good, so that works out for him, but still.
Okay.
Just keep tabs on him.
Let's check on him because I think it's been a week, right?
Yeah, he's there.
What is he doing, Charlie?
Yeah, what is he doing, DM?
You see him rolling up on a dirge. This man has transformed from semi-respectable hive worker to full bog bumpkin.
Okay.
You see him get stopped by the Iron Legion patrol boats. They look him over. You see them like beginning to ask where he's coming from, and you see just him immediately whip out this most aggressive Savannah drawl, like, "Why am I being detained? I am a sovereign citizen. I am not commuting. I am traveling." You see the inspector put up his hand and go, "I am so sorry, sir. What are you doing out here? Get in. Get in." He gestures to the refinery. You're in.
Boy, the Iron Legion are libertarians.
Yeah, Ronnie had a read on them that they were just like survivalist LARPers, like they were the doomsday preppers that found themselves horrifically not prepared for the reality of the situation.
One of them's thing is that they just produce that one shovel that does like 40 things.
All you have to do to get into the Iron Legion is have a book in your pocket where, like, you alternate pages. One page is from the Fountainhead, and the next page is from the Bible.
Charlie, your passive perception, you can actually see Ronnie had actually mapped out all of the patrols, had in-depth psychological profiles on every like patrol lead, and chose this one specifically because he knew that A, he had permission to let people in, B, he knew what his preferences were. Like he had used that week to make sure this would work.
I'm glad we could see the payoff.
Ronnie is now in.
Sick. I'll try and remember to keep tabs on him within probably varying amounts of success.
Like in character though, like you do recognize that what you saw was like the stupidest shit you've seen in a while.
What do you mean? I can see my reflection all the time.
Damn.
Well, really, I mean, can't Charlie just see outside the universe and see us playing?
I don't think his range is that far.
What are you talking about? You're
Yeah.
locked into the singularity.
But he can see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Bullshit, he can.
It's copious amounts of cinnamon and sugar. That's it.
Can someone quote that, please?
Also,
Please, for the love of God, I am begging you. I can't tab off of Wheezy.
I'm not narcissistic enough to quote myself. Someone else has to do it.
Please.
I beg of you.
I beg you.
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Quote stuck.
oh, I wasn't. I thought Tom was gonna write it, but all right,
Well, because I'm involved in the quote.
all right.
We have sacred rules here. All right. So speaking of Chris, Izzy has actually brought over some Logan refugees when she came over with the puzzle box, just like flippantly tossing it from hand to hand. She gives out a low whistle like, "Oh, snazzy place you guys got here." Full of cowboys, always a good first step. Uh,
I'll introduce the vaqueros to her because I feel like she could easily like get them to be like way more effective. Like, no offense, I don't think the vaqueros are very good by themselves. I think they need like someone that's just.
I feel like they're actually pretty competent.
Yeah,
They're
they're
confident, but I don't think they're smart enough to pull off plans. That's why they do small time robberies, and they got robbed.
yeah, it's like they're competent and they seem to do good work, but like looking at what White just said, there's like a real meeting of the brain trust over there.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll introduce the two.
I will say, you guys do get a read on like Lilac and Green being the smartest, but Lilac is kind of a pushover, and Green just fucking hates everyone.
Got it. That makes sense. So Bob mentality, and
Good.
So key problem here.
I forgot
as
the
mentioned
quote.
earlier, Chris,
Yes.
Mr. President recognizes everyone from Logan. You said so yourself earlier, and you
Yes.
have 5 hard dice in mind to back it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, he also spent how many years sort of coordinating stuff there?
Exactly. In the Logan refugees, there was a person who was walking, talking, and dressed like a Logan refugee, but you are certain you have never seen them around.
I'm gonna go introduce myself. Hi, how are you? Never met you before.
Oh, I was...
I'm gonna have Charlie with me too.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's reasonable I wouldn't have seen you, I guess. I was pretty new to the whole situation. I really only got in as people were, becoming refugees with everything.
I'm
gonna have my lie detector running.
Yeah, I was gonna nudge Charlie to.
So nothing has dinged the lie so far. I don't know.
What part of town were you from? Or in? Because I know, like, literally almost everyone there. You can trust me. You can tell me the truth,
Are you saying I'm a nobody?
I just don't recognize you, which is strange because I recognize everyone.
But I'm just not seeing the logic here. I mean, like, dude.
He's just not met you
really,
before.
Like, grilling me? I just came here for a fucking job, man.
Yeah, I just want to get to know you. That's all.
Okay.
Can I do an empathy check on this guy?
Yeah, go for it.
What's your name, by the way? I'm John Hannibal Hancock, and I'll extend my arm.
He's gonna offer to shake your hand, like, oh wow, hey, yeah, my name's Bill.
How do we like 5 7s?
This is an incredibly skilled emotional manipulator. You've noticed as he's been speaking that he has been like vague terms that are only kind of true. He hasn't said anything that you can pin down to true or false. Mr. President, as you shake his hand, your stability should be good enough to... You have 5... You roll how many hard dice for stability?
I have 5 to start.
And your command is what again?
My command is 10.
How many hard dice in that?
Let me see. I gotta scroll up, sorry. So it's 6 hard dice chained to 2 hard dice. Right. So the first roll is 11 hard dice without any rolling.
He shakes your hand. You pass the stability check instantly, but it has settled, so you don't realize that a stability check was even made. Charlie, you see the man flinch for just like a 10th of a second as the power fails.
I'm gonna switch to C powers.
how do I
for
put
just
this?
like one round.
It's similar to heartstrings, but it's much watered down and it's a touch only.
So, where are you from?
Well, originally, I was kind of from 5 Points. As things kind of went sour, I just kind of circled out of that area,
God damn it, Sam. So Bill,
Yeah.
right? Do you got a last name, or I guess a lot of people go by hero names. Do you have a last name
Bill
or
is just what they call me.
Okay? What do you do? Like, what's your unique ability?
Oh, don't press for that. That's people keep that close.
Yeah. So mine only works if people don't know about it. I'd prefer to keep that, under wraps if at all possible. It is a social talent.
I know.
Okay, cool. So we're good then.
I'm gonna like not like cock my head a little bit, like we're something. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's gonna be like a we're something kind of nod.
So, man, I kind of want to be blunt. Because I think. When exactly did you come into Logan? Just so I know. Just kind of,
He likes keeping tabs
interested.
on people.
Yeah, I like knowing about, my fellow resident, my fellow,
Well, I joined up with the
community.
community, very, very shortly before the coming into town. When we left and came here. That's when I joined the community. Yeah.
Can I?
So, like-
on that, yeah, absolutely. You can roll scrutiny on that.
That seems like he's saying that he like came in right as the right came in. Like,
do you think height or width would be better here?
Height.
4 10s.
So community is a very interesting word to choose
Can I-
there because a community isn't tied to a place.
Can I pick empathy to see if maybe I think, potentially, maybe this guy could be connected with, I don't know, the Reich?
You want to
Maybe.
that's literally what I'm thinking. I'm like thinking about just using my
I am
persuasion to force him to
not
tell us.
going to ask him that. That is more confrontational than Charlie usually goes for.
Yeah, that sounds more like
But I
Mr. President.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I would, if okay, I would like to try and make an empathy check to see if I get a read that he might be associated. But if you don't think that's something that I could reasonably do, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
go
get
for
that.
it. No, just do a perception check to see if there's any like dog whistles or tags or anything that would obviously disqualify him from being
Wow.
a member of the Reich.
5 10s.
So this man's black. He's probably not a member of the Reich.
Wait. Do I have... How many hard dice do I have in hyper-perception? Or not? Yeah, okay, just 2.
Would I know of any other groups that were like there around the area?
Okay, so you have 5 hard dice in mind.
This gives 4
you
hard
10.
dice in mind.
Oh, okay. You also have tactics, though, right?
I do. I have 2 hard dice in that.
So the thing is, 5 points in common parlance covers a very large area. You can be from 5 points. Also, even if he's only there for like a period, I could say I'm technically like from Connecticut, even though I only lived there for a very brief period.
See, I feel like I would call that not true. I would say from Delaware because that's where you live.
But if it was the most recent place I was before I came somewhere, then yes.
Okay,
What groups?
I guess.
What groups were you hanging out before? All the way back to I guess the event.
Oh God, dozens. The Solominis. I did some running with the mall gangs, mostly corner store. Um, got into the admin for just a little bit. I never just as a satellite basis. I was only like
The admin, Sam? I don't remember the admin.
they're a mall faction.
Okay.
You would know that
Oh,
as
cool.
a member of the Slims. Information gathering. I was never an official member. Just did some work with them as a expeditionary team. Now from there, I did an internship at Roots. Upper slums.
Yeah. Aren't those the people that make the good berries?
Yeah. They make good berries. Just dozens of others. I bounced around quite a bit.
Is there any other like malicious gangs that were like teamed up with the Reich, but like don't necessarily agree with all the Reich?
I feel like you're pretty in or out with them, but I could be wrong about that.
No, they're really good at like manipulating people to join them. Like that's kind of like it's sort of like remember in World War II, like they like used propaganda to get people
That's
to
true,
join
yeah.
them, right?
Yeah, I mean, like Corrosion joined up with them and didn't even know like half the bad stuff that was happening for a very long time.
Yeah.
And by the time they did, they were already implicated and actively participating. Like they are insidious. Corrosion also did mention before the Cobb fight that the Reich very often uses undercover agents to work with factions without the factions knowing.
Like maybe say Cobb, for example.
Yeah. So I guess, just for security reasons, do you have any affiliation or worked with I don't know, a group like the Reich?
No, they would fucking kill me on sight. Are you kidding?
Did that thing the lie?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. All right. That's all really. So what do you want to plan on helping with it near the area?
Well, I'm really good at administrative work and like bookkeeping and like records and stuff. Is that useful for you guys? I mean, I can do grunt work if that's what you need.
We already have someone that does that.
That's fine.
The character. No. This was out of character. We have G Slice doing that technically. I give G Slice masters in business management.
I have also decided to retcon Avery's history, so now he failed the bar.
Cool.
Nice. I just don't know. Like, I feel like there's something suspicious about this guy, but I just don't. If it's not pinging any lies, any sort of like hovering around, I don't know like what group he's from.
If he has a social power that he keeps secret, is it possible that you've just never been aware that you knew him?
I think Charlie would be aware.
Well, I mean that Mr. President isn't aware that he knew him.
The thing is, I usually can survive past most social powers because I have like
he just used it on him and it had no effect.
Okay.
Like that's sort of how I built this character. I built this character to be strong in social situations. Everything else, if I'm not hiding, I'm gonna get fucked. Like, that's kind of like it's just so weird.
The only person who has ever straight up beaten Mr. President in social combat is Overgrowth, and he's like the Urban Decay of social combat.
Yeah, and like that was only barely beating me, right? Well, I actually succeeded on the saving throw.
But you had to burn a bunch of willpower.
But I had to burn some willpower.
And I doubt...
Wait, no, I didn't have to burn willpower. I succeeded, but it was like barely...
Barely, yeah.
Yeah, but Sam said I just made the success.
And that was just like a conversation.
Yeah. Which then made me invest more into my protections.
Now, are there any last thoughts you can think of before?
Yeah. What group are you previous? Did you previous? What's like the most recent group you worked with, or are working with? We're pretty open with like what groups we work with. I mean, I
Most
obviously
recent? Logan community.
Logan. Okay.
That's not a group, really.
I mean, yeah, we're considered a faction by the Fox.
Were you part of the? Were you helping with the retreat efforts, with helping refugees sneak into the slums, or were you just more like one of the refugees?
Just moving along, just getting out.
That's
Getting into the hub.
so you were a
So one
refugee.
of the refugees?
I was with him, yeah.
Are you a refugee?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That pinged the lie.
No, you're not.
Uh,
Please don't lie to me.
Is this,
God, I feel like the bad cop here, and I hate it. Sam, why do you got to do this to me?
Look, I'm sorry for being mistrusting with you, but
Yeah.
you weren't sneaky trying to use your power. I could see it clear as day. Like,
Okay, look, I never lived in Logan. I just jumped on the ship because I didn't have a better way into the hub. Please don't send me back.
I mean, if you are not causing problems here, we probably won't. But because of how you were interacting with us on your
Look, all my power
initial-
does is make people not dislike me. I don't know why. People find me very shady, so I had to pick up a power to make it stop.
we find you very shady because A, you immediately used your power on someone, and B, you're giving half answers to every question we've asked you.
I am.
Yeah, well, we're just worried about like Reich infiltrators and Hive infiltrators and just There's a lot of spy stuff going on. We're just trying to avoid.
I mean,
So I guess I'll be blunt. Are you a spy for a faction?
so this pause is out of character. Give me a second.
We fucking did it! I'm like ready to cry here.
I can be one for yours, yeah.
No. See, that's the half answers. I need a yes or a no.
Pause out of character. Give me 1 second.
Who's nearby? Who of my friends are nearby?
Avery and Chivalry standing nearby.
Yeah, everyone's on deck here.
Okay, so if a fight starts, it won't be a
Cheese Slice is here too. What could we ever do without him?
Well, I mean, I have an idea how we could more easily resolve this situation. It just seems
So Bill's gonna put up his hands and go, just give me a minute. I'm just gonna clench my teeth. It'll help me think.
Just say yes or no.
So your passive perception is good enough to let you know that he just broke a fake tooth.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna turn that fake tooth to glass.
The fake tooth is glass. The cyanide is freedom.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the cyanide to glass then.
It's not a single cohesive thing. And second, his mouth is closed. You would have to.
Okay.
It is a
part
bunch
his
of
face to
powder.
glass and then.
Tell him to open his mouth.
Oh, I know. Spit it out.
All right.
That's chained, by the
How
way.
fast is that? Because it has to go through Charlie's perception check, and then you have to make it. So it's gonna at least be a round.
Okay. Let me. I'm rolling for this, so that's gonna be 8 10s chained to 2.
Okay.
So 8.
So only 1 round of cyanide, or well, not cyanide, but like effectively cyanide.
Future cyanide. Space cyanide.
Yeah, future cyanide. That's a good way to put it.
I guess this is where we get Jack Tanner.
He
Propulsion's just tightening his
he
gloves.
goes to spit it out, but it looks like he's losing strength in his limbs and jaw.
When he does that, does he open his mouth at all at
He
any
opens
point?
his mouth and like white foam and blood start pouring out.
Can I see any of the cyanide to stop it?
Oh!
Actually, I'm going to force feed him.
I have a healing
Yep.
candy. I throw
Do
the
it.
healing. I put the healing candy down his mouth, and I tell him to swallow.
He doesn't have enough strength left in his throat to swallow. You need to find a way to force it down into his stomach.
Oh, the massage the neck, right? The massage the neck, you know.
I mean, I think chewing on it's what generally activates it. It's a gummy candy.
All right, that would be another round of the poison, but it would be healing immediately afterwards. The poison has progressed to the point where Charlie can notice his heart stopping, even though it's not damaged.
Mhm.
The healing candy does purge disease, poison. Does it purge?
It does do disease.
Sam, out of character. What does Isabel do?
Her
power
She
specifically.
is just. Isabella has never revealed her power to you.
Oh.
I'm going to yell at Green to shoot him. No, I'm not going to do that. If he dies, we'll just have
Resurrect him. Yeah.
res him.
Do you clue Blue into that plan, or you just assume she's good with it?
I'm gonna ask. Just ask her.
That will be a backup plan. I'm hoping he just doesn't die. Actually, I will have Green shoot him if they're okay with that.
He does that
for like healing.
Yeah. As you specify healing, he goes, fuck. All right, and puts 3 rounds into him. He immediately nails down makes a medicine check.
I really love that everything's based on shooting. Don't worry, I'm helping you. Come on.
Green immediately goes into full doctor mode and begins like looking at his pupils, shining light. Guys, are you sure there's no neural damage to this thing? Because
I literally have no idea.
If it's like a prion or some shit, if we bring him back, if Blue brings him back, his brain's still gonna be soup.
Okay. I mean, can I take a look?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll take a look. What is that? A perception check?
It'd be a medicine check.
Okay, so we will have Mr. President take a look, not me. I will assist Mr. President because I can get very specific lookings.
Since Green is trained in medicine, he's a trained physician.
I'll help him then.
Yeah. Well, he has first aid training. He's not like a full-on doctor, but...
I mean, I can tell him specifically what's going on, an amount specifically at chemical level.
Green will assist Mr. President, and he will give you the trained bonus instead of a bonus dice.
Nice.
Okay, so I'll roll my dice, and I got 5 10s.
Okay, so what you need to do is his brain is smoothing out.
I'm going to turn his brain to glass.
Damn.
That's so brutal. That's really fucking brutal.
You see this
brutal
skull and then the entirety of his brain turned to glass as Charlie makes a small hole so he can see in. His brain is frozen and everyone just kind of freezes. It's like, you can undo that, right?
Oh no, but if you put Blue resurrecting him on the table, so if that's something we can do, then the prions can affect his brain. And
Blue, does that work? And Blue's, I don't know.
Well, he's a spy for some faction. We just wanted to know what faction.
So Isabella is going to saunter up and go, what's it worth to you to know?
I mean, we don't really know what we're dealing with, so I can't really put a price on
Yeah, I really don't know. I just don't want to know. I want to know if it's like which faction he's sort of working for, and like if they have connections to the Reich.
She is going to toss a little pipette full of it's like an eyedropper pipette. Make an offer. I can hook you up.
What kind of offers does she normally like?
So she is more.
Is it money?
in opportunities. She always needs money, but due to how she is more interested in interesting ways to make money than straight up offers of money. But she still will need a little bit of cash up front.
I don't. So part of me wants to have her maybe offer her being in charge of the contract with the Vaqueros, basically her just telling the Vaqueros what to do to help us. What does everyone think?
I'm okay with that offer.
I can also
how
consider-
trustworthy is Izzy? It seemed like we had good history.
You'd say she's reasonably trustworthy. She is kind of a spider, but she will play you, but usually there's a line.
I could perhaps see another option we could take.
Yeah, I'm leaning more that way. If we can get this guy back.
What's the option?
The option that I can think of is if Avery uses the compliant key and he uses that book to help or otherwise learn something about what G-Slice does, can the two of them talk to a specific dead person?
Huh. But we don't know. You don't know that G-Slice makes the ghost.
Well, I mean, I don't have that information, but
G-Slice doesn't even know. No one has that information.
Yeah,
he's the one making
Cool
the ghost.
idea though, but
so I'm trying to think of something that Avery would consider in character.
Well, could when we resurrect him, Fraggle Rock him?
I mean, he might be able to break out of that, but yeah.
all right.
Or can you compliant key who he is and what factions he works for?
Yeah, the compliant key doesn't do that.
Oh.
It would only work if he were a very paranormal entity or if he were a clown.
So same thing.
What?
The compliant key occasionally gains information based on areas it's been. So it has a section about clowns and clown history and culture, which has actually come very helpful several times when talking to
I
Parker.
don't know if clown biology.
So what do you guys think?
I think
Trying Plan B or actually I feel like she'd be really good at just running the Vaqueros around and being in charge of the contract of the Vaqueros.
I mean,
I'm
I'm open to that either way. I just don't know if that's even the best solution for this problem.
You would
I will
still
also
need to
again
offer
bring
her-
up the Alphonse option.
What was that, Sam?
You would also still need to offer money in addition to that because it's just a point of pride for her at this point.
Do we have that?
I mean, I have money, but I'd like to stop being the one that spends all the money.
Bayou Bill did win the bet.
Yeah, Bayou Bill does have money. I mean,
Are he and G-Slice back yet?
yeah.
They're back.
Okay.
They
How
saw all
is-
of this. Like I said, everyone's on deck.
would Bayou Bill be willing to offer $200 worth of
That's-
I don't know how to figure out how much he has in terms of dollars. Also, it will be somewhat difficult because Bayou Bill was doing his absolute damnedest to stay out of Amber's range of sight. He has gone incredibly out of his way to ensure that Amber has not actually seen him up to this point.
I mean, we're gonna have to.
I can offer her. I guess I'll offer the money. What do you guys think? 200 or 100 and in control of the $200 is a pretty good amount. It's like doing a day's work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can try that and see if that offends her.
Sam, would that be around her price range or too high?
Give me 1 second to do the math. That'd be about 22,000 pieces of 8.
Yeah, I wrote down the monetary.
You'd say
I
about,
wrote down
25,000 pieces of 8 would be a good range for her.
Yeah, I don't have the exact number of pieces of 8. I only did it based off of the amount of money you said that the pieces of 8 were worth, and I've been
Yeah.
giving money based off of that. So
Yeah.
is that like $200? That's like $200 or what?
About like 220-ish.
220. Okay, I will pull out a sack of that much money,
And you make the Vaquero deal?
and would you want to be in charge of the Vaquero contract?
She's gonna look at this group of dumbasses. She is going
I feel
to
like
see...
I don't know why. I feel like she could be really good with. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing them run around, and
You
this
see
is going to be. Go ahead.
You see Violet turn themselves invisible. You see, you see Orange just fucking nail her with a bag of flour, and then Violet shoots herself again. And is like, "Is it invisible?" Shoots herself again. How about now?
I have a very important
I-
question.
I add another $20 of pieces of 8.
Are all the Vaqueros deaf?
No.
Or do they have ear protection for all the fucking bullets?
No,
They're
that's why
not-
they all have low sends. It's 'cause
No.
they're all deaf.
They're not physically deaf. They are a little tone deaf.
Yeah. Isabella's gonna nod. They're perfect, and she's gonna toss you the eyedropper.
Okay, so I'm at $830. Okay, so what is the information then, Sam?
So what she's gonna do is she's gonna show you. All right, just drop these in your eye. It's 1 dose for these, but I can make more on a day-by-day basis. Very low usage though.
Okay, I will do so. What do I see?
What you see is text written on everyone's bodies. Who do you look at first?
Her.
She is no text at all.
I'll wink at her too, just to
Gonna wink
add.
back
to-
like, girl's gotta keep the secrets, and she's just gonna wander off.
Son of a bitch.
Who do you look at second?
How long was Izzy in? Before I do this, Sam, how long was Izzy in Logan?
Oh, the entire time. She was there when it started.
Like, okay, so I've known her since like I was there.
A few years, yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure she wasn't part of like the Reich or some bullshit. Would I have gotten that vibe off of her at some point?
No, she was around when the Reich was still on the high road,
Okay.
which is other end of the slums.
Okay. Then I'll look at this this dying dude whose brain is glass.
You see a lot of stuff written on there, like I helped contribute to the fall of Saints Run, stuff like that. The most prominent thing is I am a verbal kink sleeper agent.
Oh.
Well, that's awkward. I'll tell them that he's a sleeper agent.
What activates him?
Well, I think he's asleep.
Oh fuck! Just glass him.
I mean, he's dead. I'm sorry. His brain's glass. He's dead.
Yeah, but
not
we know
like-
there's resurrection people.
It's
Blue is just like
fine.
cautiously like scooping chunks of him into her gun. Like, should I
No,
stop?
no. Not anymore. Sorry.
All right, she's gonna like turn out the meat back onto him and like clean off her gun.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'll help her clean off her gun just to like
Don't touch. No.
just so
Like very
feel
softly
bad.
but very firmly. Like no.
Okay.
I'm imagining. So
yeah,
Someone has a really
Charlie,
good washing machine. If you want to
Charlie.
like,
Can you just glass all of them? We don't want them coming back.
yeah, I will try and identify all of the parts of him.
Every atom of him and just.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna apologize to Verbal Kink for just
Icing their. I'm not apologizing for a sleeper agent out there. They sent a sleeper agent here.
yeah, he can't be doing that. Like, I didn't mean to just kill the guy, but that's not cool. Hey, can everyone in the room confirm to me that you are not some sort of sleeper agent for something? And I'm going to look everyone in the room in the eyes and get a yes or no answer for them.
The Vaqueros are going to think about this very seriously and go, I mean, technically we're still cargo emissaries. Like, we still work for that town. But, like, what's, like, the terms here? Because, like, if cargo says we need to attack the hub, which I don't think they would, but, like, that would be a conflict of interest.
It would, which means you couldn't be able to participate in both sides. And I'll say that like confidently so that to try to get them to believe that.
Alright, so I guess we're not then. Alright, cool. Let's see, who's... Reginald's gonna go, I am technically a sleeper agent for you guys.
Oh, sweet. We have sleeper agents?
Yeah.
I've never had a sleeper agent before.
It all this is how America was started.
I feel really bad that you just watched us ice a sleeper agent when that's what you're going to do.
You know, we're going to call it a learning experience. I am horrified, but, you know...
Reginald,
he's
you know,
gonna,
we'd find a way to bring you back.
Before you leave, do you want to make us another one of those things that'll bring you back?
Oh, I've already hidden 3 in the candy shop.
What is the difference here? He's not a sleeper agent. Like, isn't that different from a plant?
I do need that from all of the player characters. I'm gonna. I do.
I'm a sleeper agent for Logan. I've come in here to destroy the candy shop.
I've just been using an interchangeably with undercover, but I realize now that's probably incorrect. They're just undercover.
Wait, what? Okay. Is it because it's a power? Can my persuasion not outdo your power?
I don't think so.
So the detect lie is an absolute, like an immunity. You cannot use lie and get around it, but it is powerless against half-truths.
Got it. Okay.
Which is why that guy was getting around it.
Got it.
So you do actually want an answer from everyone?
I do want an answer from everyone in the room.
Avery will say, no, I'm not. Chivalry will say he isn't either, but he does still technically have to list. If Avery gives him a direct order, he must follow it.
Yeah, no, I got that.
The Logan refugees say no. Isabella says no. Skater Kid says no.
I'm gonna give Skater Kid.
Cosmo says yes.
Your guns.
Cosmo's not there.
Cosmo says nothing.
Cosmo would nod. Or shake his head, I guess.
What does Albert say?
Albert, I was actually going to see if we wanted to do the bullet removal scene tonight, but I don't know if we had other plans.
Yeah, no, I have to go to bed soon.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We should just do that
Albert
as one of the
stays brain dead.
By the way, I'd like to do... Yeah, I don't want to rush off to the next mission. I want to make sure we get to do some fun scenes that we've been wanting to do.
But yeah, so do I get an answer from everyone in the building?
Everyone that I can think of.
Okay.
Everyone that showed up.
All of the player characters, I'm going to assume that you answer and are not sleeper agent, undercover, or any of the likes.
Man, it's crazy, but one of my characters in the first game would have come up a lie.
That's why I'm asking. Bob, I need an answer from you.
No.
I really.
Characters?
What?
For both characters?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to double check and make sure you weren't trying to pull a fast one. Sweet Tooth also will say no.
I thought Sweet Tooth was a fucking plant from Lord Licorice.
Who do you think got Lord Licorice his position?
Lord Licorice fucking owes him. Anyway, now, Chris, did you need to head to bed soon? Because it is like 10.
Yeah, pretty soonish.
All right.
I do next week. Sam, is there? You said that they were underpaying Logan refugees, right? And I believe there's.
They were planning on it. Now they're having a more natural path to integration.
Okay, I wasn't because I was gonna
messier,
rally and
but-
do a. I was gonna do a union strike. Rally a union strike. Nothing makes people like Wheezy angrier than strikes.
I think he still has like that blood feud against unions because he's from Market Street, but at the same time, like he almost formed a union, so he's like, "What? God, how do I do a Wheezy voice?
Don't worry about it.
What have I? No. God.
Oh, you gotta practice Wheezy.
No, he doesn't. Fine, you're good.
Listen here, guys.
What have I? God, it's so fucking.
Gotta get a little deeper.
Like,
Got a little deeper.
no, I know. I can't do it right now. I have
Yeah,
to
like,
practice it in one session.
What you're doing is just gravelly. The first time you did the Wheezy voice, it was horrifying.
Yeah, I have
And
to
that's
practice
okay,
if
don't
I
worry
want to
about it.
do that. It takes a while. It
I
has
have
to
a voice.
It has to sit in the oven for a bit until it's overcooked and somehow still raw in the center.
Oh, just use the microwave.
Yeah.
Actually, nah, that wouldn't work with the microwave. Microwave would actually be good for that.
I don't know if I'll ever get back to the true Wheezy voice because I had to seriously fuck up my throat to do that. But
Don't worry about it.
see.
It's okay.
anyway, but yeah, experience. I know it was a bit of a light session, but we had a lot of bookkeeping.
Good. It was a good session though. Light sessions aren't always bad.
I felt like I talked a lot this
Yeah,
session.
I felt like this was a
That-
good like social session, especially that end bit was like, whew.
First things first, everyone gets an experience for being here. Appreciate you showing
Uh,
up. First vote. Who was most useful this session?
I would say Charlie on the basis that he talked the most.
Yeah, I'd say Charlie because we finally got the lie that we needed on that one guy. Like the guy just kept like dodging questions.
I don't like voting for myself, so I feel like I need to say Chris.
Bob, who are you voting for?
I vote for Chris.
All right.
You
You
made
both get
Sam-
half an experience.
Ah, damn it. Staff experience.
Good.
Yes.
Now I'm back to 0.15 extra experience. God, I'm never gonna round this number.
Good.
All right. So, who stayed in character the best?
I would vote Seth again personally on the basis that he did the time thing. He was generally affable. I wouldn't actually say Chris here because that bad cop thing he was doing did feel kind of odd, at least to me.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
no,
it
that
felt-
felt pretty like how John Hancock would normally handle himself,
Yeah. He's a lot
especially
more.
in that situation.
Yeah, he's very protective as of like Logan as a whole. So when someone says they're from Logan and he doesn't recognize him, that's really weird.
Yeah, it sets off all the alarm bells.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say Seth as well, though. I agree with Seth.
Seth, who do you vote for?
I want to vote for Tom, and I had a reason before we had that side conversation, but I can't remember it.
Was it for getting kicked out of the bar?
I was gonna
Oh
say that.
yeah.
All right. Bob, who are you voting for?
Tom.
Half experience points.
Stop this, please.
Please. I beg of you.
I'm just gonna start voting for myself to avoid having all of these half points go out.
For the love of God, about Jesse.
For the love of God, my dresser. All right, who had the best bit of the night? I'm voting
Tom.
Bob.
Tom. I'm voting Tom.
Tom, to avoid a tie, what you should do is you should vote for me for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch thing.
Wait, did Charlie actually say that in character?
No, but it was very funny.
Actually, I'm not sure who I vote for yet. I'm gonna wait for Bob to vote. That way, I know who.
No, don't metagame the vote. Come on.
Mr.
Chris, can you update the quote with what I had typed under yours?
No.
Mr. Roboto.
But it's so much funnier with the end part on it. You just
So-
you missed the end part.
Hold on. Funniest bit of the night. What did everyone vote for?
I did Tom for repeatedly getting kicked out of the bar.
I'm not answering.
Sam, you said me?
I voted for Bob for doing the half experience points.
His votes don't count.
Yeah, my votes are worth 0 because I'm the GM, but still.
You know what? I can appreciate that. I'll also vote Tom.
I'll vote Tom as well.
Okay, Tom, you get that experience point.
Son of a bitch.
Good. Good.
I did get 2 points from votes, which is nice. Or 2 points, I guess. Because I had 2 ties.
So you got 1 point.
Yeah. 2 points total because I was here.
Hell yeah.
And I need to count out how many points I have because I have not updated it. It still says I have 187 points, and I know that's wrong because I haven't changed that number in months.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I just need to do a recount.
To get my stability up to 10 hard dice, I wanted to.
That's pretty good.
And I'm sitting on 11 unspent points. Well, 11 and a quarter unspent points.
Can now have 16.75 unspent points.
Hell yeah. Okay, so final thoughts on the session?
That was very fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the not running around for a bit. Just, a couple sessions of let's just do some role playing.
Charlie fucking glassed a man's brain. Holy fuck.
So that wasn't even like an act of violence in any sense of the word because his brain would be left in a better condition if we resurrected him. Because if the cyanide was actively messing it up, glassing it stopped that process immediately. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was basically keeping it from being damaged in the event that we wanted to resurrect him. Also, I really like those eye drops.
They are used exclusively for starting rumors. Isabella's kind of a piece of shit.
I see.
Is she related to the journalists from the mall?
God, she wishes she was. She is so sad she missed that time.
She's, from what I'm getting, she's not like really she's just like the community gossip.
A little bit. She's a bit more proactive, a bit more competent, a bit more practical, but yeah.
Right. I've had to go to the bathroom for like a half hour, but I've been involved.
You have to
actually,
hold it for another.
but I was
half
involved in
hour.
everything, so I had to like stay here. So I'll be back.
Unfortunately, Seth, I need to involve you in more stuff. So, Seth.
I'm gone.
But you just talked.
Yeah. No,
He hasn't learned the most powerful method if you can't get up to go to the bathroom.
Just piss yourself.
No, it's related. Related.
Beer bottle?
the squirt and dry. And then again.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll see you guys.
And on that note, I'm going to go to bed because it is 10 o'clock and I actually do have work tomorrow.
See you later, Bob.
I don't want to.
I'll leave with you.
Alright. I'll talk to y'all for the muckers later.
I'm like tired, but I'm also not tired.
So play Risk of Rain.
No. So I'm trying to figure out whether I want to play like this tarot card guy is good or not. I feel like it's just too much chaos. What do you think, Sam? Sam there?
No, he just said he went into the bathroom.
Fuck. I just wanted to know what he thought.
I feel like you gotta make a chaos character that you create yourself and don't force Sam to create the...
Well, no, I've created everything so far myself. The only thing I didn't know how to do was the capture, but then I figured out how he explained how I did it, and then I made it myself. And then
the capture, you had the idea for like the zookeeper guy, right?
No. The capture is basically when the tarot card person when you get too many tarot card readings from them, they can basically pull a card that's related to you and capture you, and you'll become part of the print of the card.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can start throwing out Yu-Gi-Oh shit posts.
Oh, I mean, I viewed it as basically as, you know how some people get way into fortune telling and stuff, and they that's how I based it off of. But I'm not sure how useful this character is. Everything is chaotic in them. The only funny thing is I do have a 10 hard dice Aura of Trust.
How do you always have these hard dice auras? I can't afford to put that shit on Avery.
Because you have an issue getting stuff to cost 1.
Yeah, you gotta get things to cost 1.
Okay. Well, it's more just the stats and things.
I'm actually thinking if I can't do that...
Artifact user?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Artifact users are a lot cheaper to build than not artifact users.
Another idea I had was maybe playing an immortal oh god, what's her name? Joan of Arc, and basically just playing a paladin in a way.
I see.
Which it was what I was building during the thing. Currently, I have the sword have 2 attached powers. So one. The sword basically acts as it's smiting every time. But instead of engulf, it does electrocuting, because I thought that would be cooler.
I heard reverberation when I said smite from someone's mic, but I don't.
It's probably me. I was holding on the mic. But I'm also thinking, and then I have when you get hit by the sword, your power is nullified for a short period of time.
I like that.
But and then also you're blinded for a short period of time as well.
Why the blinding?
Bind.
Oh, okay.
So you can't move. And then I was thinking of doing an aura of armor increase, but I don't know how. That seems like it's going to be way too expensive and a thing down the line. I also made them immortal and immune to aging. So I figured I could have them be ridiculously old, and they keep getting sent back in time because someone doesn't want to deal with them. I haven't quite written out what I want to do with that.
Hey, Sam.
You should... Sam might not be back yet.
I'm here.
Oh, I didn't know he left.
Oh.
Hey, so I had wanted Sweet Tooth to be working on memory restoration candy. I think I told you that.
Yeah, it's done by now.
Okay, cool.
By the way, Sam, how much money has G-Slice made the group?
Exactly 5 pieces of 8 at this point.
I will say he has a master's in business
I gave him. Check
So
my hard
I'm saying
dice.
5 in profit. He has to reinvest in the initial stages.
He's
That's
also
fair.
been here for about
He's got
3
4
hours.
hard dice in knowledge business.
Chris, he's been here about 3 hours.
How
Oh,
many
that's-
Twitch bits are in one piece of 8?
It's like 50.
Twitch bit is about 1 cent.
I think it's 1
That's-
to 1.
Yeah, so
That's
a
kind of
bit's a
cursed,
penny.
actually.
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm not sure if the tarot card person's going to be useful just because, like, everything's kind of chaotic. I like the idea, but I'm not sure how playable it's going to be.
You could certainly ask Gabe about that. I think he unironically has a couple decks.
No, I have a tarot deck because I was going to run a tarot deck person in 5e.
I meant like on what that stuff actually is.
Oh, no. I don't really care about that. I was the whole point of the tarot deck, giving Sam a tarot deck, is because Sam draws the card, and then we have to figure out what happens based off of what card I draw.
I could.
And then it has an attack, defensive, and useful quality, so I could choose
That sounds
either
like a
attack,
headache.
defense, or useful.
And if you want to do anything with this character, I could see if I could find. I had planned on doing something similar before coming in with Avery. I have a bag of runes. I could see if I could find anything I wrote for that.
No, it's more of I don't know how useful the character is going to be in combat if everything is chaos.
So I'll be honest. You hand me any form of RNG, you've just entered the Thunderdome.
Yeah, don't.
I-
Wild man.
Yeah.
I'm down,
Sam,
but like, beware. That's what I'm going to do.
okay. Yeah, and that's sort of the thing.
Yeah, that's why and that's also why I ended up not wanting to play Detective Augury Jackson.
Like, it's such a cool idea, but I just don't think it's going to be useful. So it might just be a character I give to Sam to let him run as an NPC, because it'll probably be more fun as fighting as an NPC or as an NPC ally. That's insane.
I mean, I think I can make any NPC fun if I just lie to you enough.
Fair.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've hated Chernoff enough. I've hated Johnny. So you can also make any NPC very hateable.
Yeah, that doesn't make them not fun though.
That's true.
If anything, that enables more fun because
Listen, Sam, we still know your best villain was, Jackknife.
I was just about to say, don't say Jackknife.
I don't know why you hate Jackknife. It was such a good, like...
I don't. I play it up a little bit, but it's like, I look back and I just...
Obviously, like, looking back, you're like, oh man, there's things I could have done better. But, like, he was generally...
Like edgy DeviantArt OC sometimes.
Yeah, but the thing
And
is,
I know
like, he was actually scary. That was the thing. He was He was the first one that fucked up Alpha, and we were like, what?
Yeah, that's true.
He, like... Literally, we were just wiping the floors with your villains. You don't understand. When he like was beating the shit out of Alpha. I think that was the scariest moment in the game. Because Alpha was basically our carry. He was our hard carry.
Seth, I am shocked that video isn't looping. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
God. God, Chris, you weren't there for the first Jackknife fight. You only saw the subsequent.
And then I remembered you stole my fucking staff when I wasn't there because I was at work.
I'm sorry.
Bitch.
It made sense.
I know it made sense. I know it made sense.
Even Alpha's power, because everyone keeps talking up.
Okay, so
he was a werewolf.
He was a werewolf, but imagine you summoned wolves, but instead of wolves, they were xenomorphs.
Okay, so what you're saying is Frosty, if Frosty were actually scary.
Yeah, like imagine like
the xenomorphs. They had acid blood. They could fucking jump like 500 feet. It was terrifying. They could also link
climb
their
on
bodies.
walls.
Frosty, if Frosty were scary instead of annoying.
Yeah,
So-
they could also like link their bodies together so they could make like structures. It was generally terrifying.
They did that. They were originally normal wolves, but then they found out his power summoned whatever Alpha thought was a wolf. So they just rewired his brain, and at that point, when he saw a normal wolf like months down the line, he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
By the way, Sam,
So the party fucking Manchurian candidated him to make him more powerful.
Yes. It was
Fucking Cthulhu code reprogramming.
yeah, seriously, like
There was a really good moment during the first Jackknife fight where one, Alpha got swarmed by his own wolves because Jackknife converted them, and he was like, "I never realized how much damage they did. Why aren't we using these more?" And then two,
Why aren't we funding this?
yeah. And then two, the party was like, "Yeah, Alpha's 1v1. He's locked in." And Alex stopped everyone. He's like, "Guys, I am barely hitting him. I know I'm hitting him, and I know you guys are used to me wiping the floor with guys, but I am barely hitting him. I need help. You guys need to help me."
Sam doesn't even talk about how defeated everyone looked. Like, I didn't even get to experience the fight. I just experienced everyone looking defeated after that fight. I think losing a battle is always great for a campaign.
They didn't even lose. It was just a draw, but it still hit so hard.
Yeah.
Because with Alpha, you're used to just mopping everything.
I think it still proves to me that summoning abilities are just literally OP in this game system.
Only if you can. Only because, technically speaking, I kind of run them a little bit wrong. You're not supposed to have direct control over your minions without a supplemental mind control power. And two, I don't think you're supposed to be able to run supplemental dice pools the way we do. But that being said, it's not hard to just get them to this point anyway.
Fuck the rules.
Also, minion powers are a very good counter to some of the bullshit I pull, which is I like giving you guys tools to deal with the obviously bullshit powers I make for a lot of NPCs.
I had an idea for like a stage magician character where the only thing he really has is like he has performance and everything. He's just this is normal. But he has a hat that he can pull rabbits out of, and it very quickly gets out of hand.
Wasn't that
Sorcerer's
just
Apprentice,
the
let's go.
same? Wasn't that just the same concept for Frosty, but with snowman instead of bunny?
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining like Monty Python rabbits, so it would just be another version of Alpha, I guess.
The
I
Alpha
really-
is a little bit cuter.
I really want Sam to, when he starts the next version of Hero Squad, us just all roll up with different D&D based characters. So like one of us is playing a paladin, Seth's playing a fucking wizard. I feel like that'd be really fucking funny. We'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're the nerds from the mall."
Okay, so if you are Warforged, one of the things Warforged can have is a tool that they're proficient in can be a part of their body. This does not necessarily work in D&D, but you could have a D&D based character who has proficiency in Spelljammer, so they're basically just a transformer.
I feel like though that'd be really funny though.
Yeah.
I'm imagining how a horse would take to the city. Like just like you got the cavalry coming in, and like, what the fuck?
Cheers, love, the cavalry's here.
I was literally about to build a horse summoning ability for this paladin I'm making.
Man, I really want to see the wild. I really want to see the Wild Talents D&D crossover, because one, I want to see D&D characters in the city, and two, I want to see how a D&D party would react to just city encounters.
I mean, they would just die. Like,
would they? Because I feel like D&D is pretty strong.
no. Okay, level 1 Charlie. Charlie, when he walks in, glasses, every single D&D character. Oh, they hit him with a sword? Cool, he just buys that off with willpower and glasses the person that passed the save. Until they do it multiple times. Or, better yet, he does it from like 3,000 miles away.
Okay, when you put it like
Actually,
that...
you know what I'm about to fucking do? I'm gonna build. Isn't there like a power you can build that allows you to take multiple actions around?
Yes.
I'm gonna
It's
build
called
that.
multiple actions.
Yeah, but it doesn't... It just offsets the penalty dice. It's not actually, like, great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think did Bob do multiple actions wrong when he was fighting Johnny Switchblade?
No.
I didn't want to call it out at the time, but it seemed like he rolled 3 separate dice pools for his attacks when I think he was supposed to roll 1 dice.
No. What he has is he has a lot of wiggle dice, and he breaks down the wiggle dice into separate groups of them.
So, Sam, you're still streaming? I don't know if you wanted that to be the case.
Yeah, I should probably...
I did say that and DM that to you.
I don't look at Discord when I stream in case it leaks info.
Understandable.
Alright, and